All right, all right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are just chilling on this nice Thursday evening. Some of you are just getting off work. You're in traffic. You said, you know what? Let me turn on Queen Sheba and just catch up with the latest. And that's what we're going to do today, y'all. We are talking YouTube beef. Okay. And this is one of the most disturbing cases I think I've come across. This, for me, is one of the most disturbing, childish, silly, foolish things, incident that I've come across. I'm not talking about the outcome. Let's be very clear. I'm not talking about the outcome because if the truth be told, the outcome could have been avoided. The outcome could have been avoided. And when we walk through and listen to how this beef played out that ended up in a double homicide, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The reason I say that is this is, for me, one of the most fascinating stories I've read. And when I say fascinating, I mean in the most horrible way. Could have been avoided from start to finish. And when I did some research. So I came across this story while I was in New York covering the Diddy trial. And I wanted to jump on it, but I knew I couldn't do it any justice because I would be multitasking. And I don't really like multitasking like that. I'm like, if you're going to give something, give it your all. You know what I mean? So I just thought, when I first saw it, I said, typical YouTubers. They beef. They don't know when to stop. A lack of self-control. You're getting away from the content. Now, and we talked about this before. Once you decide to go there and you go, and you veer off to like this different direction, it becomes like an addiction. It's a hit. And you keep clicking your button. You see people clicking their button over and over and over. You become a junkie, an addict. The high, the rush, the euphoria, right? The adrenaline. But it's going to be hard to come back to the other side because now you've committed. And then, depending on what type of audience you have, like these people had, they're in there. They're encouraging, right? They're tuning in. He ain't gonna do nothing to you. He ain't gonna do shit to you. She ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't nobody scared. All of that, right? All of that over a 2-year span. It's hard to come off of it when you're being rewarded for it. It's hard to come off of it when people are sending you super chats for going dark. It's hard to come off of it when people are tuning in just to hear you. Watch you spiral out of control, watch you crash out. And nobody has the wherewithal, picks up the phone to call you to say, you better than this. We've talked about it. Palace, we've talked about it. I've always told my subscribers, the ones that I feel like I have a good feel for, stay out of that. Don't windmill for me. You take care of you. There's nothing to windmill for. We ain't getting in that. That ain't my business. There's a young lady that I see heavily involved in YouTube stuff, goes back and forth. And I remember one day I told her, I said, you be all in a mess. Every time I see you, because if once you get to know me, I don't really hold my tongue. I'm not reckless. I'm not hurtful. I'm extremely direct. And if you're going to be communicating with me via audio in any type of capacity, I'm going to speak my mind. Otherwise, we're not going to communicate. And I told her, I said, you're all in a mess, but I hear you say, how did I get in it? But every time I see your comments, you're right in it. You're putting yourself in it. And she said, for real, girl, stop. You tell me. You egging it on. And you know the crazy thing about this case, when you look up this case, see, some people covered it, just kind of rubbed, oh, YouTubers were shot and killed. This beef has got to stop. I did a lot of research. And thank you to those of you that helped me. I did a lot of research. I went down a rabbit hole. This was a YouTube beef that continued over a span of 2 years. That's a long time. 2 years. 2 years. You do the math. And guess what? Watch this. Who you with? Who you rolling with? Because content creators egged it on. Content creators, other YouTubers egged it on. And then when it got to the point of no return, that the guy on the thumbnail, Manny, said, all right. And he started showing up, showing aggression. Then the content creators that egged it on, that laid out the play, strike the channel, hit him where it hurts, take his money. We're going to go through all of that, right? Of the content creator saying, yeah, I told him how to do it. I was the one that gave him the play. Let's hit him here. Coward. Because when it was time to back them up, you ran. As the months drew close, you backed up from it and say, oh, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this. I'm above this. Too late. You handed him the arsenal. You were dirty. And the beef really didn't belong to Finney the Legend and Bubbly. It belonged to his homeboy, another YouTuber, D Ware. And if I can call it like I want to call it, D Ware was too much of a coward. Too much, a 6'5" coward. 6'5". Coward. Scared of a 5'2", 5'2" man. Working behind the scenes. And listen, y'all, it's so dirty. The game is so cold out here in YouTube. The game is so cold. The other YouTuber that initially had an issue with Manny, Sin City Manny, he apologized to Manny behind the scenes and made it right. Made it right with Manny, but was pumping up Finney the Legend to go after him. To go after him. Ain't that crazy? And then comes the double homicides. And when I tell you, if the truth be told, it didn't look like he gave a damn about these people being dead. People swear they're friends until it's time to back somebody up financially, to put something on the line for him. He was nowhere to be found. And then when asked, would you testify for the family in court? You know what he said? If they ask me to. If they ask you to, bro, it was your beef. You recruited. You recruited the troops. You walked them play by play. Y'all were working in the gang. They gang stalked this guy. I'm not saying Manny is innocent, but I'm just telling you how it got started. They gang stalked him, swarmed him like a hive of bees. Strike, strike, strike. We're going to run through it. You're going to hear him say it. Strike, strike, and laughed at it. Well, get online. Yeah, we struck you. Yeah, we took your money. Yeah, we took your channel. Now what? He pulled up. He pulled up. And the crazy part is when he pulled up, the one that was playing both sides, that apologized to Manny, but was still handing and adding the fuel to the fire, backed off. Backed off. Started to try to talk sense into the other side when he saw, oh, this is real. We messed up. We went after this man's livelihood. He's not going to let this go easily. He's looking for us. He ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing, but he's saying something. He's showing up, little to no words. Macing people, stalking, watching, testing us out to see if we them niggas that we say we are. They invaded his space. And something I gotta keep it real. He said they invaded his space. Y'all, this was all over turf. Sounds familiar? This was over turf in a particular sector that Manny owned. This was over turf. Does that not somebody where people wanted to be the top dog in a particular sector? And it got out of control where people were utilizing, throwing their weight around, going, covering things and duplicating, I'm sorry, duplicating content style on purpose, intentional, and then saying, I can do what I want. I'll come in your space. I'll come out there. I'll take over your turf. Yeah, we the only two blacks out here with y'all Mexicans. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. I'm not blaming nobody. I was like, whoa, when I went down, not blaming nobody, because at the end of the day, this is all on Manny. This is on Manny. This is premeditated murder. He decided long time ago before he pulled the trigger that he was going to kill them. He decided that. It was inevitable. The day they took that page down, he decided that he was going to take their lives. And he waited for his opportunity and he made good on it. They said it got to a point where he would even tell his moderators, block anybody in the chat that's talking about them. Don't come over here talking about them. Delete the comments. He was done talking. Delete the comments. Don't say nothing. Y'all, that's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. There's never a reason to play God and take somebody's life. But at the same time, be careful of bullying, online bullying. The back and forth is going to happen. It's inevitable. You know, you live, you learn. It happens on YouTube, depending on what spaces, what sectors you get in. Jealous spirits, people that just feel like I want to make my content about other content creators. It happens every now and then. You got some that'll come on and speak their piece and move the hell on. And you got some they just get off. They get off on bullying. They get off on harassment. They get off. It's a wild ride. I told you, you become an addict. It's like a drug. Let me go take a hit. Let me get another hit. Let me turn on my microphone. Let me go live. I need a hit. I can't focus on nothing else but this right here. I'm itching for a scratch, baby. And that's what happened over 2 years. And the crazy part about it, you gotta listen. The crazy part about it is Finney's first video was about Manny. About Manny. His first video was about Manny. You got to be careful how you come into a space. If the way you come into a space, and I'm listen, I ain't nobody's mama. I'm just saying be careful because you never know who's behind those screens. And it's not necessarily the loudest ones that pack the most danger. He quit engaging after a while. It is absolutely madness, Lala. He quit. You never know who's behind the screen. For me, I would probably be more concerned when somebody ain't clapping back. Like, well, hold on, because I know you hear me. Hold on, I know you hear me. I know you hear me talking about you. You ain't said shit. I didn't threaten you. I said I'ma hurt you. I said you ain't said a word. Wait a minute. That's a different kind of crazy right there. Hold on. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. They underestimated him. They thought he was going to allow them to bully him online. Everybody has a different threshold. To some, it's fun and entertainment. Hey, that's just entertainment. Not to everybody. That could be a trigger point for some people. Still, no reason to take somebody's life. I'm just saying, you never know what it leads to. So when you actively and willingly and intentionally engage and click and drop them comments and turn on that microphone to go at it and get that hit, just be careful because you never know who's behind the screen. You never know what type of personality you're dealing with. You never know what their background is, what their family's background is. There's some people that are completely about that life. They got young niggas in their family that don't mind sitting out a few years behind theirs. Sometimes you got women think, well, it's just us girls going to toe. You don't know that. You don't know what the family's saying because the family was involved in this. That's the crazy part. We finna get into it, y'all. The family was hyping it up. Yes, honey. Yes, the family, daddies, mamas, the subs was hyping it up. Nobody nowhere to be found when it came to such a tragic ending. Nobody nowhere to be found. All that loud, rah, rah, hoo. They had to do a GoFundMe. Where the loudmouths at? You mean to tell me the loudmouths that were hyping them up didn't have 30,000 to put down and cover their funeral? The loudmouths that were there, strike them. Do this, do that. We're not justifying what he did, right? I'm just saying some people are not going to go back and forth with you. And this man, when the day I did a video yesterday, and he was in a car looking for them. And they've had run-ins before. They've had run-ins before where they've come from Arizona to come to his turf. Let him know we're coming. We're going to film right where you are. We're going to just be careful. That's all I'm saying. And every time he pulled up with his 5'2" stature, maced the wife the first time. I think he caught the husband off guard. He was stunned. He couldn't even react to his wife being maced. They've had several confrontations. The second time, he poked the husband in the back, like, I'm here. Yeah. And then Finney the legend insisted on taking the high road, right? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go back and forth. But every time he turned on the mic, there was a back and forth. You can't take the high road and still engage actively online. You gotta be able to say, I got my lick back. I'm done. And let it be done. 2 years, everybody's at fault. 2 years, your other content creators, and then the content creator that we're about to review in the video. Oh, I tried to tell them. And when I tried to tell them to back up off of it, come on, y'all. We got to guess who didn't want them to stop. At this point, everybody's invested. They said the subscribers started saying, shut up. Let him say what he want to say. There's a particular type of subscriber that I avoid. There are particular types of content creators that I avoid on purpose. When I see subscribers amping up negativity on purpose, dropping, and I'm talking about saying stuff that they don't know is factual, amping up that content creator to go all the way in over and over and over. I'm like, that one can't be trusted. That one can't be trusted. That one got an appetite for drama. Because if you're a true subscriber and if you really rock with them like that, they don't need that kind of support. They don't need that kind of support. Say, I hate to see you like this. I miss the old, I ain't trying to tell nobody, do what you want, but I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. So it was all for clicks and views. His first video was about Manny. Clout. They both were engaged at one point. Both sides. And the so-called YouTube friends that piled on, jumped on the panels, subs, fueled the fire. And then at the end, this is ridiculous. But that's not what you did every time you clicked your link. That was the time to say, this is ridiculous. What we doing? That was the time to say, can we go a different direction? Let's keep it real today. Let's discuss the role that everybody played in this. The content creators that was hyping it up, that piled on, that was strike, back to back. Yeah, we struck. Y'all, I kid you not, we finna play it. We're going to run it down. And we're going to ask the hard questions nobody wants to answer. Do Black people get off on harassing and bullying people online? I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. So don't tell me nothing about white people. That's not what I hone in on. Let me say it again. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. This man was of a different race. What does that mean? The bullying, the harassment, I think you can go back and forth, but I think at a certain point in time, you got to prove yourself. You never know people's culture, their ideology concerning beef, what that means to them, What's the cutoff period? To you, it could be fun and games. Child, I ain't really. I'm just having a good old time. Hopefully, they don't take this shit offline. Well, you better stop because you just don't know. You just don't know. And guess what the other content creator. So everybody's ducking and dodging now. People trying to scrub their damn pages and shit. Ain't that crazy? But guess what? At the Diddy trial, when I was doing my members only, I was telling y'all, damn, there's no such thing as deleting. The forensic expert, the digital analyst that came on and testified as an expert said, no, there's no such thing as deleting. It all goes to this cloud that's stored, right? Not even your cloud. There's this like invisible cloud that the government has access to. And should your name come up on a list with the feds, the FBI, should you get caught up in a case, a federal case, should you be up for the death penalty, time in jail, whatever, they finna flip, they finna turn your life inside out, every which way but loose. They have access to everything. You can rub a dub, scrub if you want. To everybody that participated, this is a death penalty case. You don't think they finna be all up in your damn business? You don't think they finna be all up in your text messages? And you better hope that they don't file charges on you. You better hope the content creators that helped him hope that Nevada doesn't spin the block and say, you know what? You participated. You were an accomplice. You helped all the way up to the final end. We're going to bring something against you because it can happen like that. They're just going after the bigger fish first, the one that pulled the trigger. But by the time they're done, y'all, ain't no telling who's going to be on that witness stand fighting for their lives. That's crazy to me. Over stupid ass, childish ass YouTube beef. And it's almost like people that have never had a moment to shine, that have never had like this type of attention, right? Before. And they said that Manny created like this community on the Vegas Strip and also at the Circle by the Bellagio, where he would try to help other content creators get put on, right? And would help them. And that it was a very attractive spot. You just never know. People are drunk in Vegas. You're going to get some good content. So he was not making him a hero because this is sick. This is willfully planned, premeditated. But to me, everybody that was involved was sick. They plotted and planned on each other. They took him down financially. He didn't want it to stop. So if you really think about both sides, the side on the left that unfortunately lost their lives plotted and planned to take him down. We're about to erase you from YouTube. And we're going to rub it in your face. Bet you ain't got no money now. And he's plotted in return and took it a step further. Both sides plotted against each other. One was more detrimental than the other. And here I've seen comments, should YouTube have stepped in? Y'all are fucking grown. Grown as adults, you need a corporation, you need a platform to step in and monitor your behavior and say, now you know you don't do that. We grown. I don't know if I want that much involvement from a conglomerate as big as YouTube. You got to be careful that they start getting in there regulating like that, because then your freedom becomes restricted. Get the motherfuckers out of here that can't manage themselves properly. I'm not talking about simple beefs. It happens, hell. Ain't nobody perfect. But I'm talking about the ones where it becomes like dope. They become crackheads. You grown. What the hell you need YouTube to manage you for? You know what you say. All you have to do is not click the button. Now we want YouTube to manage it. It went too far. You knew that shit. You had 2 years to back up off of it. That ain't YouTube's fault. These are adults that purposely, intentionally made the choice time and time again. That's what I say. What are we doing? And now we're calling for regulate them. You can't regulate an adult. That's why we have prisons. If so, it would be a perfect world. Police can't even regulate adults. That's why you call them. You would think that, okay, let's just say in a regular world, The police again, they don't care. So no, YouTube should not be responsible for regulating grown ass people. That's just my opinion. Okay? That's just my opinion. So we're going to get into it. But first, what I would like to do is just review, and let me just tell you something. Manny don't care. He does not care about taking their life. He's not sorry. He doesn't feel any sympathy, any empathy. Be careful who you taunt and tease. Because you would think, that the average person be like, oh shit, I made a mistake. He feels justified. He feels justified. He feels like, yeah, that was self-defense. You came at me over and over. You teased me. And I'm not saying he's right. I'm just letting you know it's some cold-blooded people out there that's not going to play with you like that. He probably counted the cost. He probably didn't think he was going to get the death penalty, but I don't think he cares, because by the time they call his name to get that electric chair or whatever it is, right? We don't know how long he's going to last in prison. If you look at his face, he seemed like the type that'll take his own life. He seems like the type, I'd rather take me down before I let you. This was intentional planning of a double homicide. He does not give one F, like the kids say, no fucks given, not one. I'm going to show you a video. He don't care. Everybody is not sympathetic, empathetic, even when they are kind. You just never know. Daryl said, that's why I stopped beefing on here, Queen. It's crazy out here. It is. And not to say that you should be, a simple beef is a simple beef. But when you say, I'm going to keep it going. Shit, I'm going to call you this. You meant that. Okay. Okay. You just never know. That's all I'm saying. Now watch this. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. I think I have it. I'm going to try to pull the video. Oh. Okay, here we go. Give me just a little time. Y'all, it's coming. I got it. Okay, give me 1 second. Here we go. This man does not care. Some people, that's their lifestyle. They don't care about sitting out in jail. Like I say, he probably didn't think it would be the death penalty. He probably considered the cost. Okay. All right. You on that type of time? So am I. I'll probably do 5-7 years. Sheba Baby Talk said the main people that egg on mess are other CCs and subbies, if we're being honest. Yeah, we said that a little bit earlier. Yeah, they did it. This is what this case is about. And that's what the title of this video is about. Yep. They egged it on their homeboys and homegirls, other content creators. But when these people's lives were taken, or right when they saw that this man at the end, after 2 years, started saying, okay, he told them, okay. After 2 years, he said, I'm going to kill you. He sure did. Some people won't tell you. This is an extremely unfortunate situation that could have been avoided. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. So listen, if you don't, truth tellers don't have a problem with the truth. If you don't come over here talking crazy, we're gonna run down from start to finish. Can he plead temporary? Nah, he can't plead temporary insanity. If y'all go back and catch up with my videos, he made a video driving, looking for them. He said he went to every freaking casino in Vegas looking for them. He said, I'm willing to die. He had already made up his mind. And if you look at the video from yesterday, I said he made up his mind way before he got in that car. Way before he got in that car, he made up his mind. How would you know if what raised the panel was to even ask? Huh? Go ahead and work on take your time, sweetheart. You may be getting riled up. Take your time and be thoughtful in your comment if you want me to read them. How would you know if what raised the panel was to even, girl, you act like the video, girl, bye. Didn't I just say I did my research? So what point are you trying to prove? Who you windmilling for? Who you windmilling for? What you mad at so soon? We ain't even got into it. What you mad at? What's triggering you? What's hurting you? Why you so agitated so quick? Huh? You might want to click off this one. And that's another thing. Subscribers, watch all that shit talking that y'all do. Because, a lot of y'all encourage content creators to dox and find other content creators. They can find you too. Just FYI. So watch all that shit talking you do in people's chats. Thinking that some of these people behind the screens won't focus their time and attention on you. That's all I'm saying. Watch how you come in talking shit. Because people that can dox and have access can follow you real quick, scan your stuff, and figure out who the hell you are. So be careful how you come in, feeling too safe on people's shit, talking shit. That's all I'm saying. Because I've seen a lot of y'all do that and be way over in Neverland talking shit about content creators. Get them. Not realizing they can get them and get you too. So be quiet sometimes, big mouth. And women do it the most. I'd be like, girl, I hope you ain't single talking all that shit. I hope you got a little bit of protection talking all that shit, not knowing who's behind those screens, what men are in their families, even if they say, nah, don't do that. That's all I'm saying. Am I right, Andrew? I'd be like, damn, these women be talking a lot online as if people can't find out who they are. Be a lady. Be a lady. Don't be too quick on the trigger. There's some cuckoos out here. It's some real life cuckoos out here. For real, for real. All right, here we go. But what K. Michelle said, you can't raise a man, you can't raise a woman either. You can't be like, baby, back up off that. Pipe down. Don't put a target on your back. Damn, you loud. All in. Like, what Suge Knight say? Like Puff Daddy, all in the video. All in the video. Egging it on. Yeah, dox him. Release the vote. Open the vote. Many content creators have access to the same shit, and they might release the vote on you. So just be quiet. You don't know while you're encouraging somebody to go at somebody else, you might have a cuckoo behind the screen and be like, who is this? Who is this woman? Why is she coming like that? Why is she so disrespectful? You just never know. You hear about it all the time. I'm just saying. What'd you say? Pete, some folks thinks it's funny, but it ain't no joke. It's not, if you understand the level of cuckoo. You've seen many subs get doxxed. Listen, it ain't nothing like being doxxed, baby. It ain't nothing like being doxxed and have your address spilled all over. That's it. So just chill, ladies. Sometimes you need to sit out and not go so hard on these content creators' pages. You never know who's watching you and say, can you look that up? Who is that? Fake name and all. It don't matter. At the P. Diddy trial, I remember they were talking about a software that they use. Even though you would use an alias, the software could tell exactly who you are. Technology is a freaking beast these days. Anywho, here we go, y'all. Neither do I, but it happens. I don't think anybody's looking for our permission. You said, Miss Sugar Sweet, I don't agree with doxing, but it happens. I don't agree with double homicide, but it happened. I don't agree with bullying. I'm with you. But guess what? They're going to do it anyway. And some people have to find out the hard way. Innocent Instigator says some live in stand your ground states. It's just, it's crazy. It's reckless out here. It's reckless out here. But give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me take this down. Let's go ahead and share the screen. And when I say this man don't give a damn, I mean, he does not give not one care about taking their lives. You would think like, he would have some type of remorse. No. When somebody plans on taking your life premeditated, they probably not going to care. Here we go. Okay, y'all can see it. Here we go. All right. Where is it? Right here. Y'all heard what he said?
Local YouTube.
Hold on. Let me put on a closed caption so y'all can see what he said. Oh, you see it? He said, I'm innocent. It's a joke. He has no feeling about it. I'm innocent. Simply dangerous. Simply dangerous. Absolutely. Look dead into the camera and gonna stand on it all the way to the death penalty, all the way into the fire, whatever they're gonna put it. He meant that. There are some people that are willing to die over principality and being respected. He does not care, not one bit, Samantha. Not one freaking bit. That's the crazy part. He don't care. Now let's finish it. I'm gonna go back.
A local YouTuber accused of killing 2 other content creators on the Las Vegas Strip claimed his innocence as...
You see his face? That's 0 fucks. Now you looking at 0 fucks. That's probably somebody that sat his wife down and said, listen, I need you to get A, B, C in line. And I guarantee his wife had an idea. Not that day, not that night, but weeks ahead of time. This is going to happen. And you already know what time it is. Take care of the kids, da-da-da-da-da. But listen, he underestimated the justice system because he probably did not anticipate what? The death penalty. Doesn't mean he's going to get it, but he didn't. That's the one thing. While you plotting, make sure you consider everything because that's a lose-lose situation. Q Catrice says, oh, he's playing in a devil's playground. He's checked out. Been checked out. Been checked out. The beef went on too long. The beef went on too long. 2 years is a long time for somebody to imagine. Okay. 2 years is a long time. Abort mission. You do become demonic on both sides when you can sit in there for 2 years. You can sit in that for 2 years. That impacts your mental health, your well-being. You become stressed, but yet you click that button and take that hit. You see what I'm saying? And then you get to a point of what they call the point. I remember I went to a bar. I swear to God, many years ago, cute bar. And I asked the bartender, what should I get? He said, we got a drink called the point of no return. I said, okay, let me have it. He said, well, ask my husband. We were dating. I had one. Then I said, give me another. He said, ma'am, baby, when I woke up that morning, I said he was dead ass serious. I don't remember shit. It was the point of no return. It was the point, and some you gotta watch it, that you don't get to the point of no return.
As he left court today, even as he could be facing the death penalty. Manuel Ruiz, known as Sin City Manny, is charged with 2 felony counts of murder.
You see his face?
Last month's deadly shooting of Rodney and Tanisha Finley in front of the Bellagio fountains. Both victims died at the scene. Prosecuting attorney Elizabeth Mercer indicated the case will go before a death penalty review committee, which is expected to meet on July 29th.
Y'all, my husband coming here to my where the chicken. I ate it. Listen. Give me 1 second. Let's go to the next one. Hold on. Let me see how I can do this. Let me go back.
A local YouTuber accused of killing two
Look at his
other
face.
content creators on the Las Vegas Strip claimed his innocence as he left court today, even as he could be facing the death penalty. Manuel Ruiz, known as Sin City Manny, is charged with 2 felony counts of murder in last month's deadly shooting of Rodney and Tanisha Finley in front of the Bellagio fountains. Both victims died at the scene. Prosecuting attorney Elizabeth Mercer indicated the case will go before a death penalty review committee, which is expected to meet on July 20th.
And so they've already had that meeting. They met about a week ago. It went in front of the death penalty committee, and they decided we gonna go ahead and ask for the death. Y'all laughing about the chicken? We're gonna go ahead and ask for the death penalty. I think so. Okay, let me go ahead and let me get the other video. Give me 1 second. You go hear the other YouTuber bragging about how they plotted on him. How they plotted. Now, here's the thing. We got to take into account both sides. Let's say over and over, you don't get to play God and take somebody's life. But guess what? People do it every day. People do it every day in domestic disputes and robberies, drinking while driving. People do it every day. It's not right. I can say it a million times, but people do what they want to do, how they want to do it. Let me look at this one real quick. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Here's the arraignment. Let me see if I can share this one. Let me know y'all can see it. And you know what I hate? Or what really makes it sad? The content creators that so-called call themselves being friends with this couple egged it on. But not only did the content creators egg it on, I wish the wives would have called a timeout. The wives were fighting, y'all. Like literally physically fighting. Hold on.
We're going to call out order here. Everybody here, before I call it, is everybody here for manual release? All right.
Let me see if I can fast forward.
This was just
They're out. Media. You can't do that right in my face like that, ma'am.
Hold on.
You can't do that.
I am working.
You can't do that right in my
Hold on,
face
y'all.
like
I
that,
missed
ma'am.
This was just is here. She's in the back.
That's it. You need to go. Open up. They're out. Right there in the camera. Why would you take a picture and open the court like you just did?
Oh, that judge is pissed. Somebody came in the courtroom and took a picture of the judge. I was like, what is the judge upset about? Somebody came in the courtroom and took a picture of the judge. You can't do that. Hold on.
They're media. I am working.
It's disrespectful, though. It's not what you do, it's the manner and how you do it and how you handle. If you're working, I get what the judge is saying. Bitch, don't point a camera right in my face like you taking a photo. That don't look and feel like work. Professionals have a different way that they engage. Get your ass a tripod. Sit back in the corner. Set it up. If you are working, you could zoom in and she never know. But to point a camera at the judge's face, that's disrespectful in and of itself of the court proceedings. But let's continue. That was dumb to point the camera at her face and to my I am working. Then you must be a rookie and or an amateur. Because obviously your approach was so out there, she couldn't help but to notice. Give me 1 second.
Can't do that right in my face like that, ma'am.
I am still doing B-roll.
Yeah. All right, is the attorney here?
No flash.
All right, I'm back. Is she in the back with me? Okay, let's start going, everybody. Manuel Diaz Ruiz, 25CR049486. Mr. Dawson, good morning. She is present for the Are you confirming today?
Yes, public defender's office is
All right, and
confirming
the
on behalf of
defendant is
Mr. Reeves.
present in custody as well. This is 25CR049486. Good morning, everybody. Mr. Candelas for the state. That's right. You have a copy of the complaint, I'm
Yes.
assuming?
He
All
has
right,
been
so do you have a
provided
copy with reading?
Yes, yes.
All right, so now is the time. We just want to set the prelim now, or what do you guys want to do?
Actually, Your Honor, I think at this point in time, that Mr. Rose would like to, ask for perhaps a 3-week status check. He has not had any opportunity to speak to family about the possibility of hiring private counsel, and I think he would like, to have that possibility. So, we would ask.
Could y'all hear the video though? Could y'all hear the video? Does that look like somebody that cares? Okay, y'all heard the video. Good. Y'all can hear, yes, the video. That's all I need to know. That looks like somebody that does not care. Now here's he's buying time because the court appointed attorney is saying, Your Honor, it's been 3 weeks. He hasn't had a chance to talk to his family about hiring a private counsel. Number one, that indicates to me there's a strong possibility they don't even have enough money to put on his books for him to make phone calls. Okay. That's not our fault. So that's why I say, to me, the assessment that I'm gaining, this is somebody that has absolutely nothing to lose when they demonetized him on purpose over back and forth banter. Now it looks like the family don't even have $2, $3, $4 to put on the books for him to make the calls to discuss. So they need more time, according to the court-appointed attorney. That's the first thing. That's when I said, when people have nothing to lose, that's why I say he seems like the type that will say, go ahead and take out a policy on me, and I'm going to do what I need to do. Even if his wife didn't want him to. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. Let's continue.
Ask for 3-week status check, and also within that time, like a flicker. Within that time, I'm going to file a written bail motion on his behalf as well, because his bail is, there is no bail set.
Right now, you're at no bail, sir. All right? My understanding is you want to continue this with the possibility of hiring your own counsel. Is that correct? Is that yes?
Talking to you, yes, sir.
Yes? All right, you do understand you would have a right to have a preliminary hearing.
This is a man that marches to the beat of his own drum. The judge couldn't even. CueShibaBiz said, girl, you nailed it. I think that's exactly what he did. She couldn't even get him to say yes. She had to ask him, is that a yes? Is that a yes? His attorney said, you need to say yes. Is that a yes? Is that a yes? He kept shaking his head. I do what I want to do. Boom. Mexican Mafia or MS-13. And even if it's not the content creator, right, that's involved with that, you don't know what people's families are connected to, who these young niggas rolling with, these young kids. You said this man has a demon. Why would you get in bed with a demon? Why would you go back and forth with a demon 2 years straight? Probably told his wife, CueShibaBiz said, probably told his wife he's prepared to die and get the insurance. Listen, Mary Willis says YouTube can be the devil. Can be, if you don't know how to manage yourself. But let's continue, because I sure want to get into the part of his homeboy.
Within 15 days, you're waiting that 2 days. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So let's go ahead and hopefully get your date. July 3rd is the 3-week date. Is that okay for everybody?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so again, he's going to remain on a no bail. We'll do a 3-week date. We'll do July 3rd at 8:30 to see if you're going to hire private counsel. If not.
Listen, He might be in the game. You see the cameraman messy as hell. The news people messy. They trying to get a good shot of his arm to be able to identify these tattoos.
You're an excellent answer, sir, counsel, I'll tell you that right now, and then we can address any other matters at that time, okay?
Thank you.
All right, everybody, thank you very much. All right. And then David?
That man's mind is made up. Whatever it is, I don't know about what, but that man's mind is made up about something. Okay. I just hold on. This was senseless. Those people are gone. Their children are on their pages saying, thank you for giving to the GoFundMe for my parents. Like, this is crazy. Hold on. Give me 1 second. And I think it's so important for us as women, whether you married or not, carry yourself in a way that's not so aggressive. Because when I listened to one YouTube video where this guy, he's been locked up before. He's Mexican. He goes in and out of jail or whatever. Content creator was in and out of jail. And they were asking him, do you think that in jail, they're going to get him for killing those 2 people? He said, no, don't nobody care. That's crazy, y'all. He said, nobody cares. He said, prison doesn't work like the outside. So to y'all, what's heinous isn't heinous to us. Ain't no kids, ain't no grape or essay. We good. He said, and believe it or not, women are not off limits. Women are not off limits. So when you disrespect a man, not all men are going to walk away. And when I play the video, what his other content creator friend were saying was the wife, even though she apologized and may her soul rest in peace, she initiated the aggression with this man. She walked up on him, challenged him, walked up on him. Their first had the camera in his face about a beef that had nothing to do with her. She confronted him about his engagement with another YouTuber. There were so many YouTubers involved in this. And Finny the Legend and Bubbly were left holding the bag at the end of the day, taking up for other people that had nothing to do with them. And those people are still alive and nowhere to be found. So let me go back and see if I can find that video that I want to show y'all. I wanted to slap the crap out of his friend, but they chose those people. They chose to get in bed with those other content creators. I'm like, I sure wish they would have chose some better people. Because, hold on. And the content creator was cool with Manny, has been in the car with Manny before, hung out with him, used to work for Manny. What happened is Manny fired him. The content creator that got the shit started was fired by Manny, got mad that Manny didn't want to work with him no more, and went to the other side and called himself spilling the tea about Manny to Finny and Bubbly and coached them up and hyped them up to attack him. Be careful who come bringing you shit about somebody else. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Here we go. Let me, here we go. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna let it play a little bit. Give me 1 second. All right. This is his friend, one of his YouTube friends that egged it on. And it all started because Manny said, I don't want to work with you no more. Did it right. Did it the right way. And that content creator was pissed off about Manny ending the business relationship. Hold on. And decided he wanted his lick back, but didn't do it openly. Work behind the scenes with other content creators because you mad. That's a coward-ass move. You let your friends die behind your beef. They in there standing in the gap for you. I'm going to let it play. Give me 1 second. This is Wack 100 confronting the YouTuber that got them in this mess. I'm going to let it play for a few minutes and I'll jump in.
What I would do was when I was in Vegas, visiting Vegas, like I would always go to Vegas, like twice a month at least. Every now and then I would just, he out on a strip live streaming or wherever, I would run into him and I would join his live stream. You know what I mean? Just kicking it with him, basically. It was fun. Walking around, you know, back then he was different. The dude was very entertaining, funny, would do hot dog challenges, just a bunch of funny shit, going around interviewing people, asking them crazy questions. This is Manny. I met him during COVID. I mean, I on seeing my wife said, "Oh, you need to check this YouTuber out. He do some crazy shit on. He funny, you know, he entertaining. You know, wasn't shit on TV, nothing like that." Checking him out. So we was out there all the time. So we just ran up on him and say, you know, what up, blah blah blah, like your show, this and that. He found out I used to play in the NFL, so he kind of used that. You know, he kind of used that whole NFL thing. Oh, I got an NFL player, you know, down with me, or however you want to put it. I'm like, do whatever. I'm retired. You know, no big deal. So I knew Manny before. Who you used to play for? Huh? The Cardinals, and this is back in the 90s. The Cardinals, the Bengals, and Dallas with when Emmett and Dion and everybody was there. I played 1 year with Dallas. I was a backup. So was you like a starter, or you just like a? I started for the Cardinals, but.
So this content creator is giving his background, but Wack is going to eat his ass up towards the end of this stream, right? He's going to call him a coward, a brokey, all of that. So he's just warming him up, and he's going to walk him like a dog towards the end about how he did that and used them, the other YouTubers, the husband and wife, to fight his battle. So he's just giving a little bit of background.
But not the Cowboys. I started one game for the Cowboys.
Let's
I don't know if you remember.
forward. It takes a minute. Give me 1 second.
Hey, bro, we can't just talk about the leaves and the branches. We gotta talk about everything.
But and this is why I gave you a call, though, right?
Any concern about his family when he was talking this BS he was talking to Manny? Was Finney thinking about his family when he's in Vegas and he see this dude saying he's looking for him because he antagonizing? Was Finney thinking about his family?
Finney wasn't.
So what Wack is saying, when you up there and you turn on that microphone and you choosing to go back and forth for a year, months, back and forth, you're not thinking about your family. So don't prioritize your family when shit hit the fan, because you've had enough time to think about your family. And you know what? It's an uncomfortable truth. Nobody was thinking about their family. You weren't thinking about your family then. You didn't think about, how would this impact my family if this gets out of hand? What would this look like if I actually got to go to jail or prison and do some time? You don't think about that because you're too busy serving whatever it is, getting a hit. Rewind it back. No, he just, you know what? I don't, for what? what you feel like you missed? No, he's just saying, listen, we can talk. I don't want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to talk about your NFL career. Let's get to the nitty gritty of why you're here. Because this content creator called Wack to try to explain his side and try to make himself look good, to make it look like he's not responsible for their murders. Technically, he's not, but you amped him up for 2 years to do it. You told him everything about this guy. Hold on, here we go. Let's continue. I'm going to speed it up a little bit.
Let me just tell you probably his mindset. This has been, you got to remember, this has been going on for 2 years. This has been going on for 2 years back and forth. And I'm going to say Finney was slipping. He wasn't, you know, some people tried to say, hey, be careful, be careful. But Manny's been doing this for 2 years. This ain't Finney's first time.
Why you keep saying Manny's been doing this?
What I'm saying has been, okay, let me give an example. That's what I'm saying. People don't know what's been going on back and forth. Before the incident Sunday, 2 weeks.
I think what Wack was saying is, if you're going to tell it, be honest. Why you keep saying Manny was doing something, y'all, when unfortunately, I'm sorry, it was the couple that really led the charge. It still doesn't justify Manny taking somebody's life. And the content creator is trying to wiggle out of what really happened, because if you talk about what really happened, you were responsible. They say watch the chat. The chat gonna be saying, no, you was on that live. You was all on a live. Hold on, here it is.
Weeks prior to that, Manny walked up on him the same way. Finney had his back turned. They were on Fremont Street. Manny walked up on him the same way. Finney didn't see him. Manny pushed him in the back and took off. Now there's video of them, cops got Manny in handcuffs for harassment or whatever. Finney's on the other side talking to the police. Because the whole thing was, dude, if he does something, you need to file a report. This way, if you get a restraining order against him or something, if you do something to him, now there's a paper trail. Finney was
Well, you know why Finney didn't want to get a restraining order?
Finney was never about calling the police or doing all that.
I heard him say that. Huh? But you really want to know why Finney didn't want to get a I want to see if you going to keep it real.
I'm going to keep it real with you. Go ahead.
Finney didn't want to get a restraining order. I'm going to tell you why. Because in those restraining orders, it also restricts people from social media contacts as well. Now, I'm going to be real.
No, that's something I didn't know.
Finney kept going hard at Manny and didn't let off. I'm going to tell you why. Because that's the only way he got views. So if he go file a restraining order on Manny, he shoots himself in the foot, and now he can't run his content no more.
Right. I don't disagree with that. So this is what people are telling him. This is what actually I'm telling him. I didn't know what you were saying. I didn't know that, period. So maybe he knew that. Maybe he figured that out. Whatever.
Everybody know that.
So I think that was an excellent call out by Wack 100. Like, don't play with me. You know why they didn't go to the police. Because when you start to get a protective order, the first thing they're going to say is, you can't talk about that person no more. If that's what you're asking for, then you bet not mention their name. It ain't about them regulating them. You also get regulated. So if your content and if you making money just by talking about somebody or even making an inference about them, you can't do it no more because now you're in violation of the order. So he's saying, stop playing. Let's call a thing a thing. That money was appeasing to them. So they didn't go to the police because that would completely neutralize their content because the entire content was about the other content creator. Now, let me just say this really quickly. I'm utilizing this video for educational and teaching purposes of how Wack 100 did a really good job of identifying toxic behaviors among YouTube creators and also identifying that this man played a part in these people losing their lives. I think it's educational. I'm glad that we can come together as a YouTube forum and talk about it in a way that we can make YouTube a better place. Wink, wink. And that's why I'm using this content. Okay.
Okay, hold on. No. I didn't know that. Hold on, Wax. He did file a report. Now, I don't know if he was going to try to get a restraining order later or what, but he filed a report. They had a court date. There was a court date before this shit happened, like 2 weeks from 2 weeks.
Okay, so what did he do? What content did he do? After that incident, if 2 weeks prior, he pushed him in the back and that's it. Finney must have done or said something between that 2 weeks leading up to this unaliving date to push this dude over the edge.
He's been pushing him for 2 years. Understand this.
No, let's not factor that in because he would have unalived him the day he poked him in the back.
I don't think he would have done it there. I see what you're saying.
Done it there. He did it on the script.
I know. It was just Finney had people with him. Like he was with
that
people.
Didn't matter. The boy had a
listen to what I'm saying though. We don't know why he didn't do it then. And he could have done it when he pepper sprayed Bubbly. Why didn't he do it then? We don't know. Only he knows that.
No, I'm asking you because you was following the content, right?
Right. I know.
What I'm saying didn't run.
I don't know what's in Manny's mind. I don't know why.
No, what I'm asking you, like the content that Finney ran after that, within those 2 weeks leading up to this unaliving date, Finney must have ran some. Did he run it on the white? Is that the white content I saw, or what? He must have did or said something.
No, he just kept doing. He just kept up with the same shit he's been doing, talking shit, making fun, exposing Manny. But it wasn't just Finney. It wasn't just Finney that got to Manny. It wasn't just what
they
Finney
say.
was
You
saying.
too. The chat is saying D Ware was right there with Finney.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. I was there up until about 3 months ago. I pulled the fuck off. I pulled off of everything because it wasn't going nowhere. It was like, what's the end game? For me, that's me. I can't tell that grown man.
So you was the one giving Finney the content on Manny because you knew Manny.
Nah, Manny was providing the content himself.
Inside. Come on.
Dude, Manny was providing the content himself, talking shit online. You think Manny didn't do shit? I'm going to tell you something.
I don't know nothing about either one of them.
This is what I'm telling you. So why do I need to provide Finney with content? Like what content? Give me an example of what content I provided Finney.
Listen, I run the 100 side of the trenches of Clubhouse. When people leave places that they've been and they know stuff, the first thing they do is they give up that information because they want they want us to go at him. So I'm thinking when you kind of, for whatever reason, when you left Manny, whatever you was doing with Manny parted your ways, I know you had to tell Finney something. Give him something.
Everybody, see, this is what people don't get. And maybe I need somebody here to back me up on that. It's just me saying this. Everybody left Manny. Oh, Manny.
We talking about you, D-Ware.
Okay.
Exactly. We talking about you and your responsibility. Did you back him up? When his wife approached Manny and put that camera in his face and they got to fighting, his wife and Manny's wife, Finney's wife, and when Bubbly, ain't he guilty? You see how he won't give straight answers? Thank you, because he hyped that shit up. He was not a good friend. You don't really want to see your friend stuck in no beef for 2 years. You really don't, when you really care about them. You know what I'm saying? But Wack gonna eat him up because you right there on the strip, right? She put the camera in their face. She charges him up about something that he had going on with another YouTuber. She gets hit in the head. Did y'all? Maybe I'm ahead of myself. With the witch stick, got maced. His ass didn't even do nothing about it. He's 6'5". They're always online saying, well, whoop a nigga ass. I'm 6'5", I'm 6'4". But when it was time for you to stand in the gap for the couple, you didn't do shit. You didn't even say, hey, bro, don't do that to her. She a woman.
Okay, I left Manny for my own reasons.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. I ain't talking about everybody. I'm saying when you left Manny,
but what I'm saying
is, Finney no information.
Here's what I'm saying. It wasn't Finney that just pushed Manny. If I was there with Finney, I would have probably got the bullets first. Trust me on that. He hated me. The shit I was doing to him. But he had it coming.
So I'm asking you, man to man.
Put my hands on him. So,
I'm asking you, man to man, did you ever give Finney any information as firepower to antagonize Manny?
If you want to say, as far as showing him how to.
Can't even answer it. I've had people that I've parted ways with. Oh, I'm going to tell you about her. You can't tell nobody about shit. You ain't even been in my house, homegirl. You don't even know me like that. But just in case you want to pretend you know you do, what I would say is watch the ones that come bearing gifts. Watch the ones that come bringing a bone, try to set you up to do their dirty work, because that's exactly what this guy did. He went to the other side. When Manny decided he didn't want to work with you no more, Mr. NFL, he wasn't going to pay you no more. Manny was doing good, they said. So you got pissed off about money, which is why a lot of YouTubers fight over money, prestige, notoriety. I was on your platform, all of that stupid stuff. And then you decided to talk about the man who considered you a friend.
To run StreamYard.
No, not that.
No, like I didn't know Manny's address. We weren't that close.
No, I ain't talking about the address. I'm saying
I didn't know any of that type of information to give him. Put it that way.
You made a new one of his legs is shorter than the other.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't that close with Manny, is what I'm saying. I knew him. We wasn't best friends. I rode his car a few times. We hung out. I was on the streams, this and that. We were not like.
I mean, once you ride in his car, that's close. You know.
Right. He gave me a ride back to the hotel. That's not. He don't know. He didn't know where I live. I didn't know where he lived. When you go to a man's house, I figure you're close. I didn't go to his house.
Okay, so did you, when you pulled back 3 months ago, did you tell Finney, hey bro, you need to let this go?
Oh yeah, we had plenty of conversations like that.
And what did he tell you?
Let me just finish.
He pulled back 3 months before they were murdered. Too freaking late. He decides to pull back after they've had multiple back and forth online. He was in it for 21 months. And then at the 21st month, 21 months, then he says, I don't want no more. Because you recognize this shit has gone too far. Not because you care about them, but now you're trying to save yourself. Manny is the one in jail. That's correct. Now you want to save your own life because you believe that that man is going to act on everything he said he's going to do. You got blood on your hands. Anytime you encourage an online beef that goes beyond being simple, you got blood on your hands.
I even said it on a live stream when he had about 600 or 700 people watching live. Like, dog, stop doing this. Guess what happens? D-Ware, you a hater. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You just jealous because his channel is jumping and you ain't got no channel, yada, yada, yada. Every time I would...
No, I'm saying what did Finney tell you? We don't care about
no, but what Finney said, nah, the motherfucker pepper sprayed his wife. Let me just tell you what else happened, though. Besides the pepper spray. Let me just tell you.
Stop right there.
Go ahead.
Let's rewind. You saying Manny pepper sprayed Finney's wife,
Right,
the same wife that he just unalived.
right.
Now let me tell you why I called him. We're gonna get to the story. Let me tell you another reason why I called him a goober. So how long ago did this happen? This pepper spraying his wife. How long ago?
Halloween, October 23. Let me say something real fast though. Let me just
Bro,
say something real quick, and I'm gonna let you
that's
get your
like
thing out.
18 months.
Let me say something real fast. The thing about social media and why I got the fuck off of all that shit, everybody can say whatever the fuck they want to say and get away with it, period. And it don't have to be truthful, but other people will feed into that shit. So it's like, I'm not going, you can say whatever you want. I know the man personally.
No, we're going over the event. What I'm saying
right,
is this.
we're going over the event, but you saying your opinion. You
No,
are stating
no,
your
this
opinion.
is some facts.
From
And I
what, it's
think
not
you gonna
facts. You're not
agree.
stating facts. You state
I'm
what you
finna
see
state a fact.
because you haven't been with the situation the whole time. Those are not facts.
Okay, no, I'm finna give you some facts.
Give me some facts then.
Off of what you told me and what I saw.
And I don't mind being educated. I'm not here.
This is a sad situation. God forbid if you get some YouTubers like this that you team up with and they can't even talk straight on your behalf and honor you in the right way. Oh, I messed up. Golly.
And can you get her?
No, let's okay. So you're telling me, no, I'm talking about this
Did
is your
we already
wife.
go past this, y'all?
And she.
Oh man. I accidentally started it over. He said, hold on, let me go to the transcript. I know what part we were on. Let me go to the transcript. Hold on. Let me put on my glass. The part where he said, I can use some truth. Hold on. Man, that was an accident. Give me 1 second. Let me click this. Where's the transcript? Ah, let me hit escape. Give me 1 second. I hope it's a transcript. Yes, praise the Lord. Hold on. Show train. Oh, here it is on the right side of the screen. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. I really apologize for that. Y'all rolling? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
She's in Bubbly's place. She does something silly, whatever.
So you saying I'm Finney or Manny?
You're Finney.
Okay, let's go to the part where he says the facts. Did they talk about the pepper spray already? Did y'all hear that part? Did y'all hear the pepper spray? That you said he already incriminated himself on previous lives. He wants to limit himself now that the couple has been on the line. And now that the death penalty is on the line. Baby, when I tell you them pages scrubbed. 21 mark. Okay, they said I left off at the 21 mark. Okay, thank you.
So my thing is, upon seeing Manny, and you tell me this dude 6'4", right? Finney. Why wasn't it forward progress at Manny to protect his wife? If he would have did what he was supposed to did and rushed the dude, he would have saved his wife's life and probably saved his life. He might would have got a shot or something.
I've been with the situation the whole time. Those are the facts then.
Off of what you told me and what I saw.
And I don't mind being educated. I'm not here to like.
Yeah, I mean, bro, we ain't got no
right.
You know, your brother, I'm a brother. 18 months ago, this dude Manny pepper sprays Finney's wife. Right?
Yep.
Okay. They've been going through what they're going through, whatever. Dude, 2 weeks prior to this, Manny poked Finney in the back, whatever happened, right? This night, the day or two prior to, from what I saw, when he's showing where he's at in Vegas, the Manning dude is showing, I pulled up there and you wasn't there. Now we know that he'll pull up on him because he did it when he poked him in the back. And now he's letting them know he's looking for him.
Right.
So my thing is, when they had the phone set up, or however they had it set up, from what it looked to me, correct me if I'm wrong, Beware, Finney saw Manny walk by the first time.
Yep.
Then he doubled back. This is the same man who pepper sprayed his wife. So my thing is, upon seeing Manny, and you tell me this dude 6'4", right? Finney. Why wasn't it forward progress at Manny to protect his wife? If he would have did what he was supposed to did and rushed the dude, he would have saved his wife's life and probably saved his life. He might would have got a shot or something off, but at 6'4", how tall is Manny? I don't know. I'll be.
That's an excellent point. Go back and watch the video. I don't want to show the video of what happened on here And it's not bad. Like it's okay to show it. It's all over YouTube. So it's not like it's a violation. I just don't want to show it, right? But if you go back and watch the stream, they were so busy worried about getting the content of him walking by that they didn't think danger, danger. So Manny had circled them twice. And the here go the subscribers. There he go. He ain't gonna do shit. You don't need that. You don't need that. You need some ones to say, hey, I'm not feeling good about this guy. Can y'all pack up the camera and go somewhere else? You can hear Manny said facts, donut, talking to somebody, one of the subs or whomever. Then you hear the wife and see her run up on Manny and say, don't you start that. Oh, don't bring that BS over here. So Wack makes a good point that, but it's too late, right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Maybe at 6'4", 6'5", if Finney would have rushed him, could he have saved his wife? Maybe he would have got hit once or twice, but at least leave them cameras alone. At least maybe took a good shot at him, got him down. By that time, people could have wrestled. I don't know, but that's the point Wack is trying to prove.
Probably like 5'2" at the most.
Manny's 5'2", you got to do 6'4". Me and you both know, right, that he could have subdued dude, because dude get off like 8 shots. He get off 4, 5 at him, and then I guess he turned the barrel on his wife.
You got 2 more off.
So this is what I mean by mentally, I don't think he was in the right space of reading this dude. Because he never read that this dude was a threat even after he maced his wife 18 months ago. He should have been wanting a whooping based upon that. So what I'm saying is, once you see this dude walk behind you, instead of saying, oh, there he goes right there, it should have been, for one, my wife here. He makes my wife, so I know dude to do something. 2, he been making threats about unaliving me. 3, I'm 6'4", he 5'2". So I'm going to deal with him close combat to protect my wife. I got to call him a goober. I don't know him, but with all these elements and these things, brother to brother, I think he thought it was a game. I think he was on this YouTube and not taking this dude serious that he was trolling.
And I'm not going to go against that. I don't. He was slipping. I believe he was slipping. I also believe he was slipping because these type of interactions have happened before without Manny doing anything. Now, I can't,
he makes it.
Listen, if I'm in your shoes, I don't know Finney personally, I'm going to say the same shit.
Okay.
After seeing that, what the fuck, nigga, you slipping. Like, come on, really? You going to do all this and you going to be in this city? I think everybody was kind of slipping like, this guy ain't about that life. He ain't doing that shit. Even I was like, I didn't think he would do it. It surprised me because honestly, I thought he had too much to lose. Not that, like once you do that, he done. You agree with me? He
okay,
done, right?
I agree with you, but listen, what's the term we always use? Crash out.
Right. I'm older. I'm 55. I'm in my, you know what I mean? Me, after a certain point, if you don't know the motherfucker, leave him alone because you don't know what he's gonna do, especially if they don't have nothing to lose. I honestly thought Manny had something to lose.
So were you the reason why Finney was so comfortable continuing the trolling? Because
the thing about Finney, from day one when he started, and we could probably go back and find the stream, I said, this is a bad idea. This ain't gonna end right. You shouldn't do this. Motherfuckers started hating like crazy on me. I said, okay, Finney a grown man. I'm not in Finney's shoes. My wife didn't get pepper sprayed because I would have handled it right there. I was there. Trust me, I was there. I got pepper spray on me from this shit. And I was teasing him about dog. I would have been whooping his ass. But he did it his way. He was pepper sprayed. He couldn't really do nothing. He would have probably got a punch off because there was so many security and police around there at the time.
So at this point, this was Wack's audio kind of messing up, and this guy is having like a really tough time explaining what really went down. And I think he's doing so. This is my guess. It's just an assumption that he's being too careful to not implicate himself and really talk about and speak to what part he played in this confrontation and how he probably amped them up. Yeah, let's go pop up and all of that. And when you see people talking shit and all of that, and and then when it came down to intervene, say something, do something, you didn't do nothing. You're making all kind of excuses.
He was like,
And where
I'll
did
get
this
him
happen?
later.
Where did the pepper spraying happen? Where did this happen?
It happened on Fremont Street, right in front of Binions
In Las Vegas?
in Las Vegas.
So 18 months ago, Manning pulled up on Finney. Was Finney like telling him, I'm in your city, what you gonna do, all that type of
Oh,
stuff?
none of that was happening. None of that. We was all there. It wasn't, we weren't talking to each other. Everybody was leaving everybody alone. There was no interaction. The interaction.
So that Finney, the legend, had been on YouTube not even 90 days, 120 days, and already had Manny pulling up on them because their content and the going back and forth was so heavy. It was so 4 months. Imagine you being involved in a beef, your 4th month here, your 90. You just supposed to be finishing new employee orientation. That's how serious it was. So they came in. You got to watch how you come in. They came in. It was, but let's continue.
Came from the wife sticking up for another streamer.
Wait, slow down. So at the time,
I just want to give everybody the backstory.
At the time, Manny pepper sprayed Vinny's wife 18 months ago. It wasn't no back and forth going between them?
No.
So this is when it started.
No, there was no back and forth at all.
I don't believe him. It was because by this time, he's lying. Let me tell you why I think he's lying. You just said that he got maced. So those YouTubers had just got on YouTube. They were in their 90-day orientation and had already got maced. There had to have been back and forth. But at this point, this guy had already said, let's start striking him. That's why he want to say no. So that when you go back and create the timeline for in court, he's smart enough now to not say anything publicly because now he's trying to save himself.
Finney's channel hasn't started then. You understand? It started that night after the pepper spray.
So this event is what kicked Finney off, starting the channel, trolling Manny.
Right.
Exactly. So tell us, I want you to tell us why he pepper sprayed his wife. We listen.
Okay, this is why. Bubbly, her name is Tanisha. I'm with them at the time. I rode up to Fremont with them. We were staying at the not the Bellagio, but the Cosmo. So,
did you hear him? I rode with them. Ain't it funny how people will help you go to hell and back and then jump out the car? He encouraged them to go. But let's continue.
She's drinking. Finney don't drink at all. He don't drink. He smokes weed, but he don't drink. She's drinking. She a little bubbly. She having fun. She got that liquor in her. We're at a circle. It's called Clyde Circle where he plays music. Everybody, streamers, everybody hangs around over there. We're right there. And I could see that she's kind of on one. And he's streaming. This is his first time really kind of trying to get into the streaming thing.
He had a beef with Manny. This guy. Upset with Manny. And hyped him up, whether they knew it or not, to go where Manny was. That's how they ended up. He wanted them to take over. So the spot where they went is predominantly Hispanics. Ain't no blacks over there. That's for the Hispanic streamers. They set up, maybe some sprinkle of whites. They set up, they do their thing. He wanted to take over and piss Manny off. So he recruited Tanisha and Finney to go over there. He's using them to do his dirty work. Let's continue.
And he's focused on his streaming. And then he gives the camera to her and she starts moving around. I asked him, I said, dude, you want me to look out for her? Because she kind of, she's kind of on one. He's like, nah. I'm like, he say, no, I ain't gonna go look after his wife. That look like some shady shit. So, yeah. Okay, got you. So she ends up in Manny's face talking about why you got to mess with Sarah. Sarah's another streamer. Let's go back.
Who was Sarah to them?
To just a streamer.
But she don't really know Sarah. They're not related. They're not from the same city.
They kind of know. Everybody knows each other from Manny's page or Manny's streams. Because on one Halloween, everybody kind of came out there and got together, met each other, and had fun. So everybody, they ain't friends or nothing, but they know each other.
Bubbly. Finney's girl, Bubbly, the one I was on the live the other night, approaches Manny before it was any Manny and Finney conflict and says, why you bothering Sarah, another streamer that has nothing to do with her or her husband?
They know each other. Right. Like I
So
see
what
where you
did
get
Finny
at.
say?
They know each other. Bubbly's the type of girl that defends the people that won't defend themselves.
Bubbly the type of girl
after-
that don't know her place.
however you want to say it.
What did Finny say?
However you want to say it. Finny, after the shit, after she did that, listen, let me just get to it. Finny told her, don't be doing that shit. Sarah could defend herself. You fucked up, blah, 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 and
Was this
apologize.
after?
Apologize. Okay, let me just go to what Finny did while the shit's happening. Okay.
There we go.
Bubbly's in Manny's face, basically like, why you fucking with Sarah? She don't bother nobody, blah, blah, blah. Manny pushes, it's all on tape. Manny basically pushes her camera out of her face, out of his face or whatever. Like, he don't touch her, he touches the camera. And she it stirs her up a little bit more. So she gets more in his face. Now, at this time, Manny had security. Big guy, I think he's a pretty good security dude. He don't start no shit. He's just there to de-escalate shit. He ain't escalating nothing. Big black dude. He was 6'2", 290, solid. I'm glad Manny had him because it diffused a lot of shit. So anyway, he steps in between Manny and Bubbly. Now understand this. He got it. Ain't nobody like, Finny's walking up behind. He ain't tripping because he see big dude is de-escalating the shit. You know what I mean?
He ain't say nothing to his wife?
No, listen, he ain't there yet. He's walking. You can see on film, he's walking up once he sees the commotion. He's walking up because there was another commotion going on behind us. And we was like, what the fuck? When you see black people running, we like, okay, something's happening. Let's get the fuck out of here. So we was focused on that. Then he catches her. There's a commotion. So he's walking up behind her. Manny immediately starts pepper spraying Bubbly. This is the
Where's
thing.
the security guard at?
Right in front of Manny. He's pepper spraying around him. He only did it because his security guard was there to protect him.
This part didn't make sense to me as I kept listening. Yes, she did instigate the issue. He's gonna say it. She did instigate and she apologized and she walked up on the man and started a fight. Unfortunately, she did apologize. But the online beef continued because although she apologized, there was still this crazy verbal exchange that never. So I mean, does that, if you apologize, but yet you take to your mic and still engage, does that neutralize the apology, in your opinion? And then he starts to tell this story about the security guard, and I was listening, but it just didn't make sense to me. Hold on.
He waited. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. Security had it handled. And let me tell you else how far he went. After he pepper sprayed her, he started pepper spraying him. His boy behind him, they call him Smelly Draws, started pepper spraying that whole area. Started pepper spraying Bubbly and Finny. And
so Manny and his boy Smelly Draws is pepper spraying Bubbly.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all got some weird shit going on. Y'all niggas
exactly.
Weird shit. But we gonna rock out. We ain't gonna trip. We ain't gonna trip the Smelly Draws and Bubbly and all that. So now, I guess the security get Manny out of there, or what happens?
Yeah, he's surprised that Manny's even doing that. Like, what the fuck you doing? So yeah, he turns around, gets Manny out of there. So Julie, while that's happening, while Bubbly's kind of, I don't know if this happened during the pepper spraying or after, before, whatever. It's all on video. Julie comes behind Bubbly and hits her in the head with a witch stick. It was Halloween. She had a stick in her hand, hits her in the head. So Bubbly turns around. She starts going at
Bubbly
Julie.
hits who in the head?
Julie hits Bubbly in the head, Manny's wife, the girl Julie, with a stick.
Oh, Manny's wife hit Bubbly. So now Bubbly then got maced by two different people and hit in the head with a stick. Okay.
Right. So after that calms down, Finny had went into Binion's because the pepper spray fucked him up. He was in there. I was trying to get him some milk, but then I went back out and got Bubbly because she was still out there. You know, she was going that motherfucker. So I got her inside. Everything calmed down. So let me tell you what Manny does. There's a guy named Dan, Yoli and Dan. They're two streamers. This guy, Dan, is handicapped. He got shot in the head. He's kind of, he's whatever you want to call him. I don't want to talk about him, but he's slow or whatever. He ain't no harm.
Yeah.
Manny don't like them. They used to be on his stream and chats too. He comes up and pepper sprays the dude Dan, like walks up right behind him.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It doesn't, because when you're busy trying to cover for yourself and make sure your hands are clean, you trying to make it seem like it was just between them, Finny, Bubbly, and Manny. No, you were the brains of the operation. You were the brains. So now he's all over the place about how Manny pepper sprayed this guy, a YouTuber in a wheelchair. Okay, but that's not what we're focused on. So let me go a little bit further.
The people out there, so he already had identified the wife as having an issue. So he probably on, if I'm getting rid of him, I'm gonna get rid of you too.
That surprised me, to be honest. Maybe somebody in the chat, or you can give me your perspective on that. I honestly thought when he started shooting at Finney, he was gonna spare Bubbly. Like, why not just get her out of the way first since she's in your face, and then start at, I don't know. I don't know what Finney was doing back there. And I agree with what you're saying about what he should have done. But I'm not gonna, when I say I agree, because we see what we see. I just don't know what was going on in Finney's head. I don't.
You knew what was going on in Finney's head.
What? You tell me.
He was on some goober. He was still taking it like a joke. He did not.
Even after Manny came, okay, I'm gonna say this. Yeah, after probably Manny came back around, he's arguing with his wife. He was still taking it lightly. I agree with that, because
I seen footage told Finney when he catch him, he was gonna unalive him. This is the same man.
That man has started, after they took his channel, that man has started plotting to take their lives. And at one point, he couldn't keep it to himself. He, for whatever reason, diabolical. When y'all say dark demon says, since you took my channel down, I'm plotting to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to see you, and I'm going to look for you. And he said, he's telling this guy, now you want to back up off of it and act like you don't know. And why your friend continued, because you kept stirring it on. And even though you backed up off of it, you didn't really warn your friend. You worked for this guy. You've been in close proximity with him, and you let your friend continue to turn on that mic and go toe to toe with this man, when you could have been a helping hand and say, man, let's just restructure our focus. We ain't even worried about this.
But he's been saying that for a while.
Mm-hmm. But they live in two different states, two different cities, right?
Understand this. Understand this. Hindsight is a motherfucker. Right now, we can all say Finney fucked up. You can say what your opinion. He did.
No, I'm saying that
he was slipping. No, he was slipping. No, I'm just saying hindsight. But would we say that if Manny just walked up to him, talked shit, and left like he?
So a comment says, why didn't anyone help? Because they enjoyed it. That's what we're talking about. And this isn't. They enjoyed it. They were getting off on it. The subscribers and other content creators. Help for what? They enjoyed tuning in. They would turn on, run to YouTube to watch them go at each other. They may have been joking, bullying, joking, making jokes about him, harassing, laughing about taking that channel, but he was dead ass serious. When they took, and they're gonna talk about how much money he made.
Normal, like he did the last time. What would we be saying that? You see what I'm saying? Would you say that?
Listen, if you prepare, you ain't got to get. Already been assaulted by Manning and his wife. Bear sprayed and hit over the head with a witch stick. Now that witch stick thing is bothering me because I don't know what a witch stick is. Is that a broom? Because when I grew up,
it's probably a broom. You're right. That's probably what it was.
Or is it one of them things that they extend out, like where they can fold up? Because a witch stick to me is a broom, because that's the stick a witch rode on. But I don't know. Was it one of them metal things that you can flip out? Because was she bleeding? Did he?
Nah. It was a costume, part of the costume. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
I wish we could show video on here. It would clean up a lot of shit. But
So my question to you is, if your wife been assaulted twice, you've been talking about this man like a dog. You see his emotions is changing. You see he's becoming irrational. He's saying he gonna unalive, and they didn't face to face. They didn't have physical contact already.
These are all excellent points and questions, right? The hard questions that we're talking about. Okay, y'all going back and forth. Y'all roasting, talking about his ass like a dog. Now it's a group of y'all. Y'all done recruited everybody. You see that shit is kind of going. Now his responses are becoming irrational. How come y'all just didn't go a different direction? He can't even really answer that.
Now, you want me to believe that nothing was said within those 2 weeks leading up. I believe, without seeing anything, that Finney was antagonizing Manny, was telling Manny, I'm gonna be in Vegas and on this date, what you gonna do? I haven't seen any footage, but I believe if I go looking or if I tell my team on the Hunter side to go find it, I guarantee you with some footage leading up to this date with this man antagonizing, teasing, and daring this man Manny. I bet it is.
Right.
Now, if
But
that's
here,
the case,
and I'm not arguing with you on that. It went both ways. Manny was doing the same shit. Now we all gonna say, Finney, you slipped because Finney ended up losing his life. That's what we saying. You fucked up because you ended up losing your life, and you did. It wasn't worth that. But you're trying to portray as if Manny was just sitting there being bullied, and he wasn't doing anything.
I never said he was being bullied.
Okay. So let me just say the other side. Manny had emailed Bubbly's job to get her fired. He actually started another website to gather for his followers. And
So when they took his channel and his money, he started to go after theirs. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. They got him demonetized, took his monthly paycheck. Now he's going after their jobs. He's calling his troops. Let's contact let's contact. Hey, y'all listen. Stay on track in my chat about what we doing over here. We don't pitch other channels while I'm going live. Y'all can do that towards the end, okay? Or you can go do your own research, but just don't get finessed. But there are some channels that do a deep dive. There are, but now it's not the time, okay? So he was going after her job. See, we talking about YouTube beef. Don't be using my channel to promote another channel. See, you want some beef? Mind your manners. That's what I'm talking about.
and subscribers, hey, I want you guys to help me find Bubbly's address, find Finney's address, find where they work. He even was like, call the NFL, see if we can get Derek to lose his pension. That's me. My wife's a nurse. Try to find out where she works. Let's get her fired. Manny was doing some fucked up shit, but people don't talk about that. And that shit, what really triggered Finney to go hard on Manny, honestly, what really triggered him was when he emailed the job. Like, Bubbly had apologized and said, my bad, blah, 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 and didn't even get on stream anymore.
See, that's what's crazy. If Finney he's a goober type dude. And this dude that makes your woman, this dude is got people emailing the job. Why wouldn't he leave that alone if he knew he wasn't willing to go all the way with this topic? Was it work? Do they got children?
Let me say this about you using that word.
Excellent point. Wack, he's saying, y'all know y'all got kids and y'all engaging. So you have a family, you have a child, you have a job, you have a this, you have a that. Do you take that into consideration when you choose to engage? Because once you engage, you cannot establish the rules of engagement. It's too late. Oh, well, I'm engaged, but I got kids. I'm engaged, but I got a grandmother. Listen, you don't know who's behind that screen. It's too late now. If somebody's already called your job, why you continue to go and say, but be nice, play this way? And that's what Wack is calling out.
That word goober. See, everybody ain't you, Wack. Everybody ain't built the same. So to you, listen to what I'm saying. You've been through some shit, right? I mean, we know about it. Right. So to you, he's a goober. To the normal people in his stream and his family and everybody else that ain't been through what you've been through and ain't built like you.
So we got that part. Let me go ahead and fast forward to the 50. Let me see a little bit.
I'm Flight Manny.
You doing what?
I'm Flight Manny.
Right, exactly.
All I see is her getting pepper spray. Right. I'm Flight Manny.
Right, okay. So you Flight Manny, and now you probably in jail, right? That night.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right,
yeah.
Right, exactly. So
Wack is telling him there is no excuse for you as a man not to intervene for some shit you started. Even if she ran up on Manny and you saw her getting pepper sprayed, as a man, you fucking stood there and watched. Y'all, your friends don't be your friends on YouTube who you think are your friends. You stood there and watched her get maced and you didn't do anything. So he said, well, tell me, what would you do, Wack? He said, I'm fighting. I'm fighting Manny. Okay. And he gives Wack all of these different scenarios. Well, what if it was your wife? Wack said, and I'm gonna tell her, you fucking out of line. You don't get in no man face. He said, because I'm gonna want Manny to know I'm not on that kind of time that my wife is on. She didn't get my permission to come at you like that. He said, my wife would never get in a man's face like that and just engage like that and don't even run down the plate of me. And hey, I'm gonna go walk over here and tell him how I feel. He was saying it was out of control. It was out of line. There was no regulation. And a woman cannot charge a man up like that. That's what Wack is saying. But then this guy is saying, well, what if A happened, B happened, and Wack is just answering and responding.
I'm sure he wanted to fight Manny, but he got pepper sprayed also. So he was kind of.
That's why I say he's a goober.
So hold on.
Every time it's time for this
listen to what I'm
dude
saying.
to explode,
Okay,
to step up. Hold on, bro. He want to put work in on the camera. Well. Manny this. But when it's face to face and the eye to eye, he eating cheese, tucking his tail. Your homeboy, my homeboy, he's a buster. Straight up. I don't give a damn. Me, you. This the second time he done been in the eye of the eye. One where his wife getting violated. He don't get off. Two, this time where he seen him walk back. The dude literally did this. I see you. And ran and left his woman there. Come on, bro. You can't respect that.
But let me ask you a question. Do you agree that this wasn't just over the Halloween incident?
Oh no, the Halloween incident started.
Right, but that ain't what caused the
unalive. Bro, it's the continuing antagonizing and disrespect.
Back and forth.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right. Okay, so what I'm saying, so you say, here's what I'm trying to get at you. Like I say, everybody ain't built the same. Just because he didn't do what you would have done, that don't mean he's wrong.
We're talking man.
Right.
This is man activity.
So you're saying every
you don't
man,
gotta be no Crip, Blood, GD, BD, Low, SA, Vato. Man activity, when a man is attacking your woman, you attack that man.
Now, I said the same thing, and I said it on his live. I said there's no way I could have sat back and watched that happen and not attack him. That's me.
He put in more work.
Hold on. Me and him ain't the same. We ain't thinking the same.
So why you get mad that I called him a goober?
It's just insulting, though, because you don't really know him. So hold on.
How was it insulting, bro?
Someone else, like he did, after he thought about the shit, and I'm sure the live stream he went on that night when he lived and talked about the incident, and he seen all those people wanting to see.
So now he's saying, I told you. What did I say? So he's going to admit it. Once he got a taste of the beef and the people, the chat, the subscribers hyping it up, it became a drug. And he said, I did. First of all, bro, you ain't try to help during that time because you was saying, okay, we finna do that. You was too busy trying to come up off his clout. You was one of them content creators that didn't have no motion. And then when they got a little motion from going back and forth, you all up in the chat, all up on the panel because your channel ain't doing shit. So you ain't try to stop him. You was happy. You got to be careful. He was happy because he was hoping, shit, if I back this up, hopefully people will come over there to my channel. So it was exposure for him to try to get some views on his channel. Finney was something new in the space. They wanted to take over Manny's space in that strip. And you saw the perfect opportunity for you to redeem yourself in the content creator space because your channel wasn't performing at all. So you use other content creators. You see it all the time. You see it all the time. People whose channels are not really performing, who's kind of been idle for a long time. All of a sudden, you see this hookup, that hookup, no matter what sector you in. Then all of a sudden, they get you. These subscribers jump over there and support you because you on that channel, and that's all he was doing. He was using them people. He was using them people. And you hear him say, yeah, he got a taste of it. And he told me, man, this feel good. I feel like a star. You didn't have that motion. You had that motion. Look how they jumped. He jumped from Manny, who was doing well. Manny was doing well. Then Manny kicked you out the fray. Then he jumped to Finney and walked Finney. Finney's a new content creator. Do this, do that, do this. You're going to get some motion. That's why you saying it, because you the one that encouraged it. You encouraged it. so that you could stay on the scene and ride off another man's dick.
See what he had to say. I'm sure that played a factor into him and the channel, period. But what I'm saying is the plan was, and I'm gonna say I was involved in the shit.
Everybody in the chat said you was an antagonizer.
Not an
Bingo.
antagonizer. I'm talking about
Bingo. He was one of the main antagonizers. He was one of the content creators that was antagonizing. You hear the chat say, nah, he was, I told y'all, led them people straight to their death. Antagonizing. Yeah, let's get his motherfucking ass. Let's strike him. Yeah, all that. Until 3 months before they died. Now he's a good guy and he cared. Let them use them people's platform to settle your own personal vendetta because you deep inside don't like somebody because they rejected your bitch ass and fired you. That's crazy to me. Y'all better start asking questions when people come knocking on your door and say, do you like so-and-so? I'll just use me as an example. Somebody, you like Queen Sheba? I don't really like her. Why? I just don't like her. She thinks she, whatever. You got to ask yourself, now, where this come from if I ain't bring it up? Somebody's looking for somebody to settle a personal vendetta, and they ain't man enough or woman enough to ride out alone.
advising my motherfucker. You don't want to fight him. You know how you hurt him. Fuck with his money. Fuck with a man's money. That's how you fucking hurt him. Period. And I helped him fuck with his money.
And then you retreated
it ain't about when it got hot. I retreated.
You said you retreated 90 days.
Wack, you can do all that bullshit you want. That ain't.
Boom. Fuck with his money. Take his channel. Let's gang up. Let's report him. Let's do this. Let's demonetize him. Yeah, nigga, you ain't got no money now. And guess what? Wait a minute. He's serious? He's serious about this? Yeah, he's serious. Oh, hold on, y'all. You better than this. Too late. 90 days. It's too late. He retreated when he saw danger was on the way. But you created that danger. You called that play. You set it up for war. You struck his channel off some misuse of striking policy. Your agenda was wrong. Their agenda was wrong. It was wrong from the get-go on both sides. Everybody should have walked away and said, you got your channel, I got mine, you use yours how you want to use yours. Let me get back to my shit.
Ain't gonna work on me, though.
That's what you said.
I didn't retreat. It wasn't going nowhere. It wasn't no end game for me.
You the one put the battery in his back.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Why do you think Finney didn't retreat? Be honest. Why do you think
because he was clout chasing and he saw his numbers growing off of that content.
And he was having fun with it too.
It ain't fun harassing somebody online. What makes you laugh may make somebody else cry. And my grandmother used to always say, a scared nigga will kill you. It was fun for us. We got numbers. People was pulling up every night to the live. It was fun. It ain't fun, sir. They're kids without their parents. You a snake.
Exactly.
But in the midst of them having fun,
I believe that. So listen to me. Listen to me, though. Listen to me. I wasn't afraid of none of them motherfuckers or nothing like that. It wasn't going anywhere.
You didn't do nothing when he maced. Why you didn't get off?
Why did I what?
Didn't get off when he maced in. Why you didn't get off, Mr. Dallas?
Why didn't he get off? Why the fuck would I get off?
Why did you get off? That's your homeboy.
Hold on.
You 6'4". That's your homeboy.
You trying to start a ruckus.
That's a good point. Wack say you a 6'4" man. You let a 5'2" Mexican walk up on you. How come you didn't get off? How come you didn't put in that work when he sprayed your homeboy's wife? How come you didn't 5'2" by himself out there? How come you didn't get off on him? How come you didn't strike him just on GP? Strike with your fist. Forget all that online beef. Now y'all offline in person. How come you didn't do something? Because you scary. And he ain't.
It's between me and
no,
you.
I'm not.
I see what you're
Bro,
trying to do.
okay, let me ask you a question.
Ain't no fucking way I'm getting off if the man don't get off. If they cool, I'm cool. He wasn't getting jumped. She wasn't getting jumped. I'm not running.
She got Mason hit in the head with a stick.
I'm not running into no fucking pepper spray. Period.
She got hit with a witch stick.
Man, I seen that on tape. I wouldn't witness that. I didn't witness that.
So you wasn't there when she got.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm taking care of two people at one time. I didn't see that till I seen the tape. It's a lot of shit going on, dude. So don't act like I'm sitting there watching her getting hit with a stick. I seen that later, and I didn't even know that was due.
But you saw her get maced, right?
What?
You saw her get maced.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
So why didn't the NFL instinct in you say,
man, you crazy? Because Finney was already there.
You said Finney was over there looking at stuff else.
I'm saying Finney was walking up. Finney was handling the same reason Finney told me you don't need to look out for her. Same reason. Okay, you got it. Period. If I was right next to her, if he would have said, "Yeah, watch her back," none of that shit.
That's why you don't want a bunch of big mouths around you. He did all that talking online. Just a big mouth. And couldn't even put in work. Couldn't even put in work. Wack is saying, okay, you done ran down the whole story. According to you, you got an excuse why Finney couldn't help his wife. You said Finney was across the thing on Fremont Street. Okay, but you was right there. How come you didn't step up as a man? How come your manly instinct and you was too scared? You didn't even walk up and say, hey, and try to separate them. You stood there and watched because you're a coward. Because you already know what time it is. You amped them up. You rolled with them to go there. You really pulled the trigger, even though you didn't pull the trigger. Y'all get what I'm saying? They didn't have YouTube experience like that. You did. They didn't have experience with Manny like that. You did. You used them people. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it. You used them people. You used their naivety. You used their amateurness. They were brand new. Brand new on YouTube. And you took advantage to settle a personal vendetta.
Shit would have happened because I'd have been like, get the fuck away from him. Why are you fucking with this man? Period. So I'm not gonna.
But what did you do?
First of all,
when you saw her get maced, what did you do?
What did I do? I was pointing saying, yo, dude's over there macing too. Watch out for him. Because Finney's right next to me at this time when the mace.
So why you didn't get off on the other dude macing?
Dude, you know how many cops were right there? Like, I went up to the other dude. Trust me. Nobody has this on film. I went up to the other dude. I said, you know you maced me, right? Now there's cops right there.
You went up to the dude.
There's like 30 security. The dude apologized. The dude apologized to me right there. I wasn't trying to get you down.
So all y'all playing.
Right.
All y'all playing.
It ain't no playing. First of all, I ain't having nobody sue me for my money, hard-earned money. So I'm thinking the whole time. I'm not fighting nobody else's battle that's saying they have.
Bro, you don't play for the NFL
so, I mean,
no more.
You come from that world. I don't come from that world.
No, stop doing that.
Nah, that's what you're doing.
I'm
You saying all this. Here's what you're saying. Wack,
what world are you saying I come from?
Wack, and then I'm gonna let you talk.
What world are you saying I come
Wack.
from?
Here's what you
But
saying.
you keep saying that.
Wack, stop it. Let me just talk.
What world you saying I come from?
You gonna let me talk?
Yeah, but what world you saying I come from?
Okay, let me talk and I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Wack. The only time I've ever been in a fight or altercation was on a football field. I didn't go to jail. None of that shit. From 17, I got drafted to the Blue Jays. I was always in some athletic shit. After I got done with that, I started promoting concerts in Phoenix.
So you didn't have fights in elementary, junior high school?
That's how I knew you from the Ray J incident, and we'll talk about that off camera.
What Ray J incident?
Ray J was on the radio show. We put him off the show. You called the radio station. You tried to muscle the PD there or something. Where? Phoenix. This was a long time ago.
The Mexican, that's my homeboy.
Nah, you talked to the salesperson. You talking about Mikey?
Mikey that live in New Mexico. That's my homeboy.
No, I know Mikey. It might be another Mikey you talking about.
It's only one Mikey. He's a PD. He lived in New Mexico, but he worked the radio station.
Mikey Fuentes was a PD Mexican.
He lived in New Mexico.
He may have. I'm just saying he was in Arizona at the time.
No, he ran the Arizona station, but he lived in New Mexico.
No, he didn't. He had a condo. I can text Mikey right now. We don't even need to go there. Mikey had a condo in Phoenix.
He might have had a condo in Phoenix.
Okay, so maybe he did live in Mexico. It's nothing to argue about.
But what you mean I'm trouble? What you had to do with that?
I was financing the show. Every radio show that they did, it was a radio show. Artists had to get paid, right? Radio station ain't trying to.
Yeah, but listen, we're gonna get you to Ray J. Cause see, I'm sitting here tripping off you because you the one started all this.
Everybody trying to say that because they want to go after the money. They want to go after the money. These are grown men.
When you left Manny, you went over there with Finney. Don't nobody believe that you didn't give Finney a little inside scoop on
Give me an example of some inside.
Whether it was his car, what kind of car he drove, how short he was, whether he had a big nose, whether his wife was good.
He already knew all this.
Listen,
man, he's a live streamer. He live streamed every fucking day.
But you actually
live stream to see what the fuck car he drives.
But you actually seen him in person. So then the thing happened. The dude Manny pepper sprayed Finney's wife. You standing right there. You don't get off. You let it happen.
Right.
Right? You tell him attack his money. Keep going. So you put the battle. He's going.
Yes. Keep going. Do this. Do that. Ain't this crazy? Is this not foul? Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. And you know, the crazy part is this guy, D. Ware, was in a position to help both of them come together, to bridge the gap. Can we have a conversation? And even if both sides say, fuck it, nah, we don't want a conversation. Can we just stop? Then you had a relationship with Manny and you had a relationship with them. You didn't do nothing. You played both sides. You apologized to Manny behind their back and made it right with him, but then you were adding fuel to the fire for encouraging them to keep going at Manny. Y'all, darkness, deceit. You better always check and make sure who the Judas is at your table.
Going. His views going up. Woo, his working is going. 90 days ago, you retreat. You said, oh, this is getting hot. This Manny talking
Not
about
getting hot. He
unaliving.
putting work.
And look how he's smiling. These people are dead. He was their YouTube homeboy. He having a good time. He wanted an interview. He wanted some attention. Be careful. You got people around you that's just on your page for attention. He don't care in life or after death. As long as I get some attention, as long as somebody let me up on a platform, he don't care. He on to the next one. He on to the next one. Call Wack for an interview so he could talk about his NFL career. And Wack said, that's enough of that. Let's get to how this mess started and how you were primarily responsible for it. Look how he's smiling.
Words in my mouth. That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't like about social media. Motherfuckers can say whatever they want to say.
Okay, you didn't say you left 90 days prior?
I didn't say because it was getting hot. It wasn't going anywhere. There was no end game for me. I wasn't making no money off the shit. I wasn't like, what was it?
So why did you tell him attack the money?
Because that's how you hurt a man. That's how you hurt a person.
So you tell this
without
dude
using physical violence and legal, because Manny was not going to fight this man. We had offered that dude money to fight in a ring, some celebrity type of shit.
Look at him. He ain't getting no money. But he on Finney's channel, hyping Finney up, and then say, we offered that dude money to fight. You wasn't gonna do shit. Because when it was time for you to step in when the old girl was getting pepper spray, you still didn't do shit. And y'all, the night that those people were senselessly murdered, he said, what was you? What happened? He knew. He was scared. He was scared. He stayed home that night. He didn't go out because he knew Manny was looking for them. Guess what he said? He didn't even have enough respect to watch the live. Probably amped him up to go down there. Lied at first and said he was in bed. That was a lie. Then came back and changed the story and said, nah, I wasn't in bed because it was too early for me to be in bed. I was, and then I can't remember what he said.
Shit or whatever you want to say. Numerous of times. You mad at this man? Get in the ring.
Clout chasing.
We know he's not going to do that. Who
But
clout
Manny
chasing?
did fight him though. Manny fought.
Who's clout chasing?
Manny fought. Y'all was clout chasing because he had to follow. He used to work for Manny.
Because he had to what?
He had to follow him. Y'all was clout chasing. No, let's keep it real. Then he
had to
kept
follow
going at
who?
him to build
Who
his
had to
numbers
follow
off
who?
the dude.
Who had to follow who?
Manning had to follow.
So Wack calls him out again. Y'all went after the bigger YouTuber. He had the following. Y'all was clout chasing. Y'all were trying to build y'all's channel and your notoriety and your popularity on taking him down. Y'all was clout chasing. He had the following. Not y'all. He had the numbers. Not y'all. And y'all say, oh, if we come in this way, because people love a good old beef on YouTube.
Following. Then he kept going at dude because his numbers was going up based upon that. You already agreed to that.
Okay, and then I guess Manny, you said Manny had to. He had to follow him. That's what you're saying? So
No,
Manny had no choices. What you saying is Manny had no choices in this situation.
Hey, bro, dude died with 3,200 subs, bro. Finney. Manny had about 20, 30,000, right?
Died with 32. Y'all, this is sad. Died with 3,200. Manny had 20, 30,000. They wanted to take down the top dog. So they build their YouTube. And he put them up to it.
And Manny and Finney was making way more money than Manny with just 200, with 2,000 fucking subs.
He was counting niggas' money. He was counting the money. You gonna make more than him if you do this, and if you hit this, and if you get a super chat here, you just straight up trying to come up. Straight up trying to come up.
Okay, what I'm saying is this. You the one advised him on how to go to war, what tactic to use. Can you agree?
Agreed.
Okay. As he got into it, he got addicted to it because the money was coming in, his following was going up.
Also, hold on, stop.
Y'all, didn't I use that word? You become an addict. You get a little super chat. You get a little notoriety. People flocking to your channel. You gang now. You got subscribers coming over. You got content creators. It feels good. If sometimes doing wrong feels so good. It's hard to say this wrong because it feels too good.
I also advised him he shouldn't do this. And that's on live. One thing about Finney. Finney is 45 years old, gonna be 45 years old. Finney, a grown man, period. A grown man.
He had a birthday coming?
All I can do is say, hey, and I could be giving bad advice. So he got to be the one to decipher that shit. People give me advice every day. I got to be the one to decipher.
He set that man up. I gave him bad advice. I told him to go at it, but that's up to him. He a grown motherfucking man. He was supposed to say, nah, bro, you set him up. Do this, file this paperwork, do this, do that. That's on him if he didn't know what I was doing. Bro, you a snake.
Who's Nurse Biz? Who's Nurse Biz?
That's my wife.
They said Finney died because of D-Ware. What did your wife? She played a role?
These motherfuckers is idiots, first of all.
Did your wife play a role in saying
not at all. That's why I'm saying they idiots. Okay. Everybody.
How they know your wife's name is Nurse Biz?
Because that's what she goes by online. She was in Manny's chat. She was in Finney's chat. She was.
So his wife was trolling too. They was trolling. They said Finney's daddy was trolling. Y'all, this shit could have been unavoided. His wives were trolling. Come on now. Somebody got to stand up, and nobody stood up.
In the social media messing around. So you got to understand, people say shit to get a rise at me. You're not. And what I always say, if you really want to get at me, come fight me. If you ain't going to fight me, if you ain't going to agree to fight me, I'm not going to pay attention to you. Because what's the end game? The end game is what happened to Finney. You're going to have to shoot me because you ain't going to whoop me. You see what I'm saying? When I turn 65, these lames on the internet, you're not going to whoop me.
Listen to me. This is my thing. If you knew that Finney was a goober.
I didn't know Finney was a goober. And
he wasn't ready to play it all the way out.
You keep calling him a goober all you want. Ain't no people that know Finney ain't going to fucking roll with that shit. So
do y'all understand? I'm going to fast forward when they get into it real bad. Do y'all understand what Wack is saying to him? Wack saying, I don't care who you are. If you're not willing to die behind a beef, don't get in one. Don't get in one. Focus on your content. If you're not willing to die behind one, don't get in one. Because sometimes, depending on who you beefing with, that's the only option. When you look at it like that, you be like, child. That's what Wack is saying. And you knew that. You knew that man wasn't ready to die behind a beef. You knew how serious it was going to get, and you didn't say nothing because you was clout chasing, and you helped him to clout chase.
We just watched this goober activity.
Okay, that's your opinion.
I'm be real, bro.
Just like that person in the chat had their opinion, you have that same opinion.
And listen, I ain't got no issue with you, right? So can I be regular? Can I be regular Wack 100? I'm trying to be respectful. I can fuck it.
Hey, Wack, listen.
He was a coward. No, we don't. If you don't like
you can say what you want, Wack.
So you said I wasn't coward activity?
Hey, Wack.
Beware.
Let me say something real fast. If you notice,
that wasn't coward activity running from his wife.
I just want to say something real fast. I'm gonna let you finish. If you notice the people in the chat.
So Wack is very straightforward. He's a street dude. I'm not gonna say what he said, but now this is men talking and men talk, and you can't really personalize. What he's saying is, Finney left his wife when she got what is it called? Pepper spray. You know, some people feel some kind of way about it. It's not my words, it's his. You know, take what you need from it or discard it.
The chat that talk shit, they won't put a picture up or their real name up. It's always
I ain't tripping them, bro.
So I'm just telling you, that shit that
you gotta engage with the people in the chat.
Hold on, you read the shit. So obviously you wanted to make a point. So that shit that they saying in the chat ain't shit because they nobody.
No, I don't know.
Now he mad because the chat calling him out for his part in it. He thought he was going to come on here and give this whoop-de-whoop interview and skate and get off scot-free for setting them people up. to go at that content creator and letting them do. Babe, I can't no grown ass man or woman get me to do her dirty work or be her mouthpiece. Girl, that's on you. That's your shit.
Who
But
Nurse
you read
Biz is?
it. You read it for a reason.
No, because I thought I didn't know who that was. I'm trying
So
to.
anyway, let me let you say what you were
So
saying.
you don't think that was a coward move? Him doing the dash,
Doing
and
what?
even his wife,
Wait. Doing what?
him doing the dash. Your wife here.
Doing a dash.
Yeah, your wife here. The threat is here. Where you gonna be? Right here, right in the middle. Keep it real. I would think.
Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give my opinion on that on a live stream just because I didn't see what he
What are y'all's thoughts on what Wack is saying? Do you feel like it's out of line? It's out of order? Is he making a good point? Or this is when he probably should hold his peace?
was doing. Yes. Looking at it, we can all speculate. I can even say, damn, why didn't he jump in front of his wife? Period. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking or what he was doing. I don't know that.
You know what he was thinking?
You see what I'm saying?
He was thinking what
you don't know that.
I know what he was thinking. He was thinking what his heart was pumping.
But it's weird though. You have nothing to say about Manny as if that shit was cool. Like that's just pussy shit. Anybody that got to pull out a gun that ain't really being threatened or jumped or that's pussy shit. That's why I put it was pussies coming at me. That's why I left.
Question, bro.
And it wasn't over Manny. It was over another streamer.
Where you grow up at?
Listen, it was over another streamer talking crazy.
Well, where'd you grow up at?
Wack. Let me finish. I left. If you really want to know the reason, it was over another streamer who ain't gonna bust a grape for shit.
Look at this. All these streamers use this couple to fight their battle against one streamer that they really didn't have a problem with. They just took the streamer's word. He's a bitch. She's a bitch. She's an asshole. Go at her. She think. And they led it. They led the charge. And now they're gone. Fighting battle, standing up for what they believe was right against a streamer that they really didn't have a problem with.
Talking reckless about me. Talking like he wanted to fight and do this and pull up all this shit. And I pulled up on him one time. He was in our town at the casino. I pulled up. I said, "What's up, man? You got an issue with me?" It turned into him yelling for the fucking security to come. He's actually one to say, "Let's go outside." I started walking outside. You know what he did? He walked, because this is all on video too. He walks about 30 feet to go outside. He runs back in and says he's got a gun. That was his.
Who are we talking about? Who is this dude you talking?
I don't want to even give him no shine.
Okay, you from Sacramento, right?
Right. I don't want to get this dude no shine. I've been done with him. I don't want to
start. What neighborhood you grew up in? You grew up in Oak Park?
Huh?
You grew up in Oak Park, Meadowview,
no,
29th
I grew up
Street?
in South Sacramento. Between Florin and 24th Street. My folks, my cousins, them.
I used to live in Sac. We had a spot 2518 X Street, right? Yeah, I don't know. You old enough? Remember, probably in the late '80s, it was a shootout inside the Arden Mall. It was
vaguely. I do remember that.
Yeah. Well, that's what that was, right? So I kind of understand Stack. Back then, they called dope hubba, base heads, hubba heads, right? 2518 X Street. The street behind me was an alley. Then it was Broadway, right? We was out there moving and doing what we was doing. So I know Sac is a serious place. So I know you understand what I'm saying. And you 7 years older than me. Therefore, your mentality and your way and style of fighting, right, is even harder than my generation because we learned it from y'all, right? It's that bumper jack style fight. You know what I'm saying, right? Probably how your uncles them taught you. And we both know, bro, under any circumstances, your woman, your children, your mama, if a threat is coming your way, you advance the threat. You don't go the other way and leave the female or the child in harm's way to deal with that. And if he would have did that as a man, he would have for sure saved her life and probably would have saved his own life. He might have would have took one, but if dude is 5'2", and you telling me he has some type of anything by himself, bro, I mean, you say that's your guy. If you would have been standing right there and you said y'all the same height, what you would have did with a dude 5'2",
he would have ran. He don't seem like he would have intervened.
5'2", once you got up on him, even if he got a gun, you at least could have prevented him from shooting her, right? Even if he got off, hit you in the chest, stomach, leg, whatever, you could have prevented that from happening. So I'm gonna be real. As a man, I can't. And you doing all this, and you.
And that's what Wack is saying. You hyped them people up. You was the loudest one on the internet. You was just as guilty on there, hyping them up to go at that content creator. And at the end of the day, you was nowhere to be found. You put them in that position. You helped them to attack. You helped them to keep the beef going for 2 years. And then at the midnight hour, when you realized they were going to lose their lives, not only did you do the coward thing and back up off of them, you didn't even warn them about the imminent threat. You put on your 2 goody shoes and said, you know what, this is above me. Didn't even say, hey, he's serious. Didn't even give them the privilege of a heads up. Because they was fighting your battle.
You playing the role. It don't
Who
matter
doing all what?
It don't matter if you've been in jail. It don't matter if you've been in the streets. We're talking just basic man responsibilities. Now listen, I'm not happy that this happened to these people, and you keep saying why I'm not addressing Manny, because to every action is a reaction, and dude knew it was a fire blazing, and instead of him doing what you did and pulling away from it, he kept dumping fuel on the fire.
You know the crazy part about after death? People are talking about the responsibility that these streamers played, that these YouTubers played in their own death. You would think that the people that helped them with the big mouths will be talking more and pushing for justice. They ain't saying a lot.
And it burnt down, bro.
After the incident, obviously, we all wish we would have done something different.
Right here.
Tail, nigga, you tuck your tail, didn't do nothing. Then you retreat and leave the nigga out there to get smoked. Let's just keep it real.
Hold on.
That ain't got nothing to do with a man's inner survival, his instincts. It's real shit. If you walking across the street with your kid and it looks like a car ain't gonna stop, your instinct gonna say, grab your kid up, get out the way. Did you see what dude did when dude walked by after he telling him what he gonna do?
You know when he looked, did you hear him say facts donuts after that? Did you hear
What is that? I don't know what that is.
No, I'm saying he said to the camera, facts donuts. Now this is another streamer that
other streamers. So I thought it was a subscriber. Look at all these streamers. I'm sorry, YouTubers that egg this shit on, watching it, tunes in. You know how you can be watching your friend's channel in the comments. He ain't gonna do shit. Other YouTubers that were their friends, not friends to me, because if your friends walk you through a beef and they with you every day, I mean, anywho, on there for 2 years. So the day he tracked them down. And the other YouTubers are in the chat to my, he ain't gonna do shit. And that's why he said facts, donut, facts. And guess what? A few seconds later, he was murdered. Now, instead of these YouTubers that like to start shit, y'all don't be guessing unless we know, we know. I'm going to delete these comments because we don't know. We don't want to implicate nobody. Now that we don't want to do that. Okay. We don't know who that was. So you got to be careful. So yeah, y'all got to be a little bit more responsible with that. This is murder. We don't know who that was that man was talking to. Y'all done made me lose my thought. Y'all can't put that on somebody if you don't know that for a fact. So listen. What the hell was I about to say? It don't matter. I'm deleting it. It don't matter. It don't matter what he was in. If you don't know that was him online, don't say it. Don't say it in my chats. Go to your page and say it. Don't say it on mine. If you don't know for a fact that was that man on live, don't do that. Be more responsible. We talking about a double homicide. We're not going to put somebody in a situation that we don't know for a fact. That's not how we do it over here in the palace. Now, if y'all want to go on y'all channel and do that without facts, do that over there. Do that over there because that'll run me hot. Don't do that to nobody. It don't matter how much business they are. If they not in, like you got to tiptoe lightly. And some of y'all know because y'all took my YouTube class. Come on now, do better. Do better. Do better. We got to, I mean, sensationalize entertainment is good, but we're not going to put somebody in a situation of a crime, and we don't know that for a fact. Now, y'all want to see me get irritated? Drop some shit in my chat that's not true. I'm different. Whether I like a content creator or not, don't do that. For real. And ain't nobody said, my bad, I'm sorry. So that's what I'm waiting on. For real, for real. Some grown woman shit. My bad. Because if I was in y'all's chat and I made a mistake, the first thing I would be saying is my bad. That's what we talking about right now. That's what I would be on. Y'all, I'm different. We didn't mean it. Like, for real, be respectful over here. Then y'all get a different side of me. For real. I don't know who started. I just started seeing the name roll through. Don't do that over here. Anywho, y'all done pissed me off. For real. Okay, I'm good. I'm not really pissed off, but be responsible. All right, so listen. I don't even know what I was about to say.
People fuck with Infinity Circle. I actually talked to him yesterday. Donuts was in a chat saying, Manny's walking by you, but he ain't gonna do shit. Finney says, facts, Donuts.
So we telling Donut, see?
But I'm just saying, that's what...
More silly than serious.
That's what... You have females warning him, be careful, because that's a female. Like, be careful, man. Like, guys and our egos...
See, y'all was loud and wrong. He said Donuts was a female. You had a lot of females that day in the chat. Donuts was... Y'all...
And I don't know what he was thinking off camera, but the ego on camera, he ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker, pussy, blah, 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 blah. That's the ego on camera. Hold on. The reason I say this, I know how he thinks off camera. Now, it's a different personality on camera than off. Like, the people he even started hanging around with, that's some camera shit. That ain't him in real life. You see what I'm saying? So...
But you took advantage of him. And here's the thing, you're supposed to be exactly who you are online and offline. So what you mean, what he was on camera wasn't who he was in real life? I'm the same, on or off. Now that kind of shocked me, but then I said, but you know what? Maybe that's true. Maybe you got people that have different personas and project differently and go into this lights, camera, action, this whole character, this villain while online. You can't do that if you're not willing to die over it. And that's all Wack is saying, because you just never know who you playing with.
You're right. I'm not gonna lie for him. He enjoyed. That was new to him. He even told me that. He felt famous.
There it go.
You know what I mean?
There it go.
They treated him like he was a god in these streets as far as the YouTubers. So now, understand what I'm dealing with. Because me and Finney would talk. But what I always said to myself, I played football, I did this, I did concerts. I've been around this shit. You know what I mean? So how am I gonna tell a man who's happy as
Oh, y'all, I was really going in on. I was going in. I was on mute. That's what I get for being because I lectured y'all. You see how God got me back that quick? Anywho, I said, he lying because he said, I can't tell him what to do. Let me replay it. You're a liar. Watch this. We right here at 60. We're at 43. Watch this. 144.16. Hold on. Watch this. Listen to him.
now? Understand what I'm dealing with. Because me and Finney would talk. But what I always said to myself, I played football, I did this, I did concerts. I've been around this shit. You know what I mean? So how am I gonna tell a man who's happy as fuck with this newfound popularity to stop, even though I have to really press him.
No, you could tell him to stop because you told him when to go. That's BS. You told him when to go. You told him, hit him here, strike him here, file this paperwork. When they come back, counter this way, do it this way. And then let's go ride to the Bellagio. Let's go to the Circle. I'm going to get in the car with you. Okay, now put some money on it. Tell him you encourage him. Let's go, fight me. Okay, he said this, do this. Now strike him again. Now go online. You could tell him what to do because you told him exactly what to do or how to take him down. But 90 days before they were murdered, all of a sudden, oh, I can't tell him what to do. But guess what? I'm about to get up out of here and save myself. You're just as guilty.
To stop doing this, dude, and do something else. It ain't gonna
Okay,
happen.
hold on. We got another question.
It's not gonna happen. I look like a hater.
Mendoa said, D Ware, can you tell us what Manny told you when you spoke with him in Fremont years ago? Didn't you try to make peace?
I did make peace. Manny,
Ain't that a damn shame? I made peace with Manny, but behind his back, he thought we was good. He ain't never did me nothing. He just fired me. And the whole time I was setting his ass up, plotting on him to take him down. Little did I know he would return the fire and plot on my friends to take them down. But he made peace. He said, I did.
that's it. And this is even before.
So you made peace with Manny, but then told Finny
No,
to go
I
out and fight him.
dude. If anybody, if you ask anybody, I would try to squash
Exactly.
the beat before, going the other way. Always in the beginning, try to squash the shit if I can. Always. So.
Girl, I keep being on mute. Ain't that a dirty game? How he made peace behind the scenes. Didn't even tell the rest of the other YouTube crew that he was making. Look, I'm keeping my relationships. I'm putting that on you. I'm gonna tell Manny. I told him to stop. I don't know what he doing, dog, and that's why you didn't go out there that night. Let me know if y'all can hear me now.
This was when everybody broke away from Manny. Manny, he started feeling the heat because the channel Urban AZ was taking some people away from him, which was me and other people. There's a circle, Clyde Circle, everybody hangs around. He felt like he owned that circle. Like nobody could be over there filming.
He didn't feel like he owned that circle. He was there first. Y'all came in there on some takeover type shit because he was helping other streamers, they say. They said y'all was online as two black dudes talking about how you finna come up in there. Can't nobody stop me and all of this and this and that. Not necessarily those exact words, but you came in there showing yourself aggressive, allegedly, to the Latins. So then he became not as friendly and not as open, but you used to work for him. You wanted in, tell the truth. You wanted a piece of the pie. And you tried to backdoor that man. You. Not the other, not Finny, but you.
So while I'm not there, because it was Jose and Sarah, female, and somebody that ain't gonna fight. Manny know he ain't gonna do nothing. You call him soft or whatever, Goober, whatever the fuck. He ain't
No, I
fighting
ain't calling him soft.
But I'm just saying, this is a guy that we know ain't gonna get violent. He's a nice guy. He ain't gonna fight. He just ain't. He's not gonna be confrontational.
Who not gonna fight?
This guy that with Manny approached and told him he can't be here, grabbed his shirt, touched him, did all kind of funky shit, fucked up shit. So now I step in and I'm like, yo, man, that shit ain't cool. They picking on these people, like, take that shit to me, man. Leave him alone. So anyway, he felt the tension between me and him now. He knew what he was doing. So I'm out there one weekend and I'm with Sarah and the guy he was bullying or whatever you want to call it, bullying. Manny's the fucking bully. Manny comes up to me.
Can't say Manny the bully though.
Whatever. Manny was a fucking bully. The motherfucker.
Bubbly's the bully.
Huh?
Bubbly's the bully.
Okay. Manny's a bully too. So,
Bubbly, bro, she pressed him first.
And Manny pressed this guy Jose first.
Okay.
And Sarah. He pressed a female. 5 in the
We
morning
don't know
by
what he
herself.
did to Sarah.
Manny's a
Jimmy
bully.
Jam says he used their beef as entertainment and tried to get off it. Once it got too heated, he tried to act like he had no part in it. I agree. I agree with that.
Keep sending them, Jimmy. I want to hear more. Next time, make it $10 though. That's you don't know me, so you can agree with whatever.
No, I'm just saying I agree, bro. Like, why you got?
Okay, that's fine.
No, the Dallas Cowboys.
If I was to bring Finney Shat in here, and some of them are in here, they would disagree with you. So it don't matter.
Bring them in here.
Man, this wasn't set up for that. You remember, I didn't even know we was going live. So I
told you we were going live. It's gonna be me and you. I could have did a StreamYard and had the exposures on stage.
Wack, it's fine.
No, bro, I could have did a StreamYard and had the exposures on stage, but I wanted to just keep it where it's at.
You know, if you did a StreamYard, all these people that's talking, they wouldn't have came in and said anything. You know that, right?
Who?
The people that's making their comments. You know, on
no,
StreamYard,
I believe you saying
they could actually come in and say what they typing.
Jimmy Jams is saying like him?
Yeah, they just talking. And it's, you know, it's fine. That's what social media is for. Honestly, I do the same shit. I go on TikTok and I troll and I do silly shit. It makes me laugh.
They're about to get into it, y'all. In 5, 4, let me fast forward. Hold on, they're about to get into it.
It wasn't worth it. I'm not. Here's what I've learned from Suge incident, P. Diddy, and other people.
What you know about Suge incident?
Here's what.
Hold on,
dude. I've been in the industry. I know people.
What you know about?
We're not getting into that.
Because you don't know nothing about Suge incident.
Okay, I know you used to drive or whatever for him. I don't know.
Never drove. Hold on.
Ain't that what they say online? You
now
was a
you want to play because
hold on, like ain't that what they say? You was a driver. Hold on,
Let's just be real. Because you a nigga. Listen.
You gonna let me get this?
You a nigga that played for the NFL, but you broke as a motherfucker.
Over talking, Wack. You gonna let me get this off?
Because you gonna correct that.
I'm just saying you gonna. Let
I ain't never drove for no nigga, but what you did was roll the for free.
See, that's what you do. You over talk.
No, you, bro, you get sense of disrespect.
You let me finish.
You get sense of disrespect.
Let me finish my point.
Listen, let me
hold on, Wack. You gonna let me finish my point?
Nigga, let me show you something.
Wack, I got that.
Nigga, let me nigga, this a back up.
I know you got money.
No, let me show you something.
This is what people do on the
internet. You a broke ass nigga. No, I'm gonna be real. Like we gonna play the game. You's a broke nigga. You see, nigga, this the fuck is you talking about right now, bro?
I don't see nothing.
Huh? You's a broke nigga.
Cars.
See what that say?
I see some cars that devalue.
You see what that say? You see, fuck is you talking about, you broke ass nigga? Don't you ever disrespect me talking about I used to drive for no nigga.
Wack.
Fuck wrong with you?
You gonna let me finish my statement?
Your homeboy smoke.
I know
you
this
got
is what
your
you wanted.
homeboy smoke.
Wack.
You got your homeboy, his buffed ass. He done got his coward ass, he got his wife smoked. Nah, you went there, so we gonna now we got Wack 100.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Guy, you got your homie smoke because you was hating on Manny. Manny fired your punk ass. So you run over there to Finney. You tell Finney all Manny business. Finney go up on Manny. Manny get hot because he's touching his business. You gave him the ins and outs on how to break him. He smoked this nigga. He maced his wife. You standing right there when he maced his wife. You don't do shit. That's busted shit. Coward shit. Let's just be real. Am I right or wrong?
I'm waiting till you finish.
Am I right or wrong? That's coward shit.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Right? You didn't do nothing. You tucked your tail, nigga. You tucked your tail, didn't do nothing. Then you retreat and leave the nigga out there to get smoked. Let's just keep it real. I'm talking facts. You saying weird shit. Nigga, I ain't never drove for nothing but my woman and my kids and my trucking company. Suge owe me money. I buried that nigga's mama. I put him in hotels. Y'all dick ride a broke nigga. I met that nigga in 02, 03. Let's get the facts right. Now, you was over there. You always seem to be in my shadows, working with the PDs when Wack calling in there. Like, come on, my nigga. Like, you just a little party promoter that got your homie smoked. And you on here smirking and smiling like it's funny. We all seeing it.
It is funny because you turning this into something else. And I wish people told me you would. You turned it in about you. Again,
your homie was a goofy more. Your homie was a more.
The same shit
I want you to say it. I want you to say Finney was a coward. 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 Say it. The nigga ran on his wife. He ran on his wife.
Let me finish saying what I was saying.
His kids need to know that their daddy was a coward. He didn't protect their mama.
I don't need to be here if this is where it's going.
Well, nigga then put some respect on my name. Don't you ever call me a driver.
You let me finish. Why don't you let me finish?
Don't you ever call me a driver,
dude,
boy.
Stop that bully shit. That shit
ain't no bully, nigga. You 6'5". Fuck is you talking about bully?
What's the end game? What you gonna do? You gonna come see me?
What is you talking about?
You gonna come see me?
Coward ass talking about bully, and you the one started it. You started it. You disrespected me first, did you not?
My motherfuckers told me this shit was gonna happen. I wasn't
disrespecting you. Did you not disrespect me first? What
the fuck I was saying?
Did you not disrespect me first?
No.
And Wack, now we're seeing the real content creator. the devil behind the details. What is it? The devil in the details? How he orchestrates the mess. The puppet master starts the shit and sit back and get everybody riled up. And then told Wack, you're not going to. Wack said, you started it. That's exactly what you did between Manny. You betrayed Manny and you betrayed Finney and Bubbly. Y'all let anybody sit next to y'all. I didn't cut somebody off because they kept bringing a friend up. I thought that was your friend. It is. Why you keep bringing her up? Because if you bringing her up, I know damn well you're going to. Now you got to go, babe. You got to go, babe. Oh, she doesn't care. No, you're Judas at the table. You're Judas at the table. And too bad Finney didn't spot the Judas at the table. Manny did, and he fired you. He got the hell away from you. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Because he realized you was trying to use him as a come up. You wouldn't put in that work. You wouldn't put in that time. You slang from nut to nut to nut. From content creator to content creator to and you are a content creator, but you dry, you whack, you ain't got no motion, you don't have the wherewithal, you don't have the hustle, you don't have the drive, you don't have the discipline. They wake up every day, whether they got along or not, and they put in work on that, on their platforms. And there you go. There you go. Do this, do that. Nigga, you do it on your platform. Since you so smart, take it to yours. Don't send me shit to do, to read, to say on mine. Take it to yours. You bad. We all got 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. You steer your cell and I'll steer mine. But I'll be damn as a grown woman if I'm finna let another content creator come up and get in my ear and direct me like a goddamn what is it? The person in charge of the orchestra? Who is that called, y'all? That be doing their hands like that? Nah, you got to see it where it's coming. Baby, you only over here because we got a common enemy. Don't build on common enemies. Back up off of it real quick because ain't nobody got no loyalty. He built with Finney and Bubbly on a common enemy. And at this, a conductor. Thank you. And at the end of the day, he alive and smiling and shit and still going from page to page to get an interview when those people are gone. He's still on some F-boy shit. They gone. He gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna attach himself to other content creators. He gonna lay low for a little bit now. He gonna lay low for a little bit. But at the end of the day, they gone. He tried to use Manny. Manny said, nah. So then he used them people. He was the conductor. That man paid you, gave you a job. And he saw, you ain't about that hustle. You don't even work. You can't even run your own page. You don't even put in shit on your own page. You give up. You just whatever. Now you over here on my panel. Now you over here doing this and this and that. Egging me on to tear my shit up. Tear up my reputation. That's crazy. Now Wack calling it like he said.
No.
Nigga, you looking like Mr. Window. Take that cap off.
I'm telling you. If
Take that cap off.
Listen,
I take mine off. I ain't shaved in a couple days.
Man, what?
Look at that shit.
Hoodies.
Look at you. Looking like Skeletor. Boy, you on the other side of the trenches. Now I'm finna pack your ass up. Now you finna get packed up. Take it off. As long as mine's off, take it off. Take it off. You a smoker. You too powder. Look at you.
Make
you
me
on
take
Fetty.
it off, Wack.
Are you not on Fetty? I know you're gonna get off. I know you're gonna run like you ran on your homeboy. You ran on your homeboy the same way. Did you not? Left him for dead. Now you ain't gonna even look out for his kids.
I gotta rewind now. He said, take that off. He knew he messed up when he took that hoodie off. Hold on.
Nothing but my woman and my kids and my trucking company. Should on like Mr. Like you ran on your homeboy. You ran on your homeboy the same way. Did you not? Left him for dead. Now you ain't gonna even look out for his kids. Let's be real. You started to disrespect.
One thing I've learned, Wack. You
talking about Suge? Suge's a coward to me.
But you ain't.
Suge is in jail because he was scared to fight.
Hold on. Oh, here we go.
The coward. He didn't protect their mama.
I don't need to be here if this is where it's going.
Well, nigga, then put some respect on my name. Don't you ever call me a driver.
You let me.
Hey, look
I
at that
like wearing
shit.
the hoodie. What
Look
the
at
fuck?
it. Look at
Looking like Mr. Freeze. He knew it was right this moment. He knew he had effed up. Looking like Mr. Freeze. He was like, uh-oh. I didn't realize, baby, them cameras will humble you, won't they? Hold on. Let me replay it. Y'all, this is hilarious.
with kids.
One more time.
Let's be real. You started to disrespect.
One thing I've learned,
disrespect.
Wack. Can I say something? Or
I'm
is this
just
gonna be
saying.
your show?
You talking about shivs, the cow up. Now you finna get packed up. Take it off. As long as mine's off, take it off. Take it off. You
Make
a
me take it
smoker.
off.
You
Make
do
me take it
perk.
off.
You too powder.
I'm going to
Look
slow
at
it down.
Make
you
me
on
take
set.
it off, Wack.
Are you
I'ma
not
slow
on
it down so
daddy?
y'all can see
I know
it.
you gonna
Wack.
get off. I know
Wack.
you
I'm
gonna,
not
cause you
the
gonna
little
run
rappers
like
you
you
be
ran
Watch
on your
this.
homeboy. You ran on
Hold
your
on.
homeboy the same way. Did you not? Left him for dead.
I just
Now
want to
you
see him
ain't gonna
take it
even
off.
look out for his kids. Let's be real. You started to disrespect.
One thing I've learned, Wack.
Disrespect.
Wack. Can I say something? Or
I'm
is this
just
gonna be
saying.
your show?
Hold on,
Ma,
y'all. What
I
point
put
is
him in hold. You don't know nothing about Suge.
What
Did you
disrespecting
not
you if you would
let
do
me stop.
bubbly
Zelly?
having
My
an
dude
affair?
Zelly
Let me
told me
stop.
you would
Keep
do
it
this.
real. Wasn't you and Bubbly, you called me, I didn't call you. Wasn't you
You
and
right.
Bubbly having an affair?
Did y'all hear what he just said? I ain't gonna even play that again.
Man, you going, dude.
That's my point. We're gonna leave it at that.
So you saying
bro,
now me and Bubbly was having an
we can
affair?
get back on the lane of respect, or we can stay with disrespect.
How
I'm
can-
not
how-
like your coward ass friend.
First of all,
I'm here for all of it.
First of all,
Whatever lane you want to switch in, we can be respectful. We can say a prayer, or we can get the packing, or we can get ignorant. You went to the ignorant lane, so there you go. You did that, not me. And then now you doing what you did for that coward who got his wife on the line. You want to make excuses up for why I'm tripping and why you didn't do nothing for me to be tripping. That's crazy. If I called you the water boy or the cowboys, you wouldn't have nothing to say? Was you the water boy?
but you didn't let me finish, Wack. That's the
It
whole.
don't matter.
Wack.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it does. It's going
It
where
don't matter. Was
if
you the
you
water
would have
boy?
let me finish, I guarantee
Hey, bro,
you wouldn't be
respect
this
me, bro.
heated right now.
You gonna respect me, bro, because listen,
Dude, hey, man, we established that, Wack.
with kids. Let's be real. You started to disrespect.
One thing I've learned, Wack. Can I say something? Or is
I'm
this
just
gonna be
saying.
your show?
You talking about Suge's a coward to me.
But you ain't
Suge
obviously.
is in jail because he was scared to fight. You don't know nothing about Suge. You capping.
You gonna
You
let
don't
me finish?
shit about it.
Wack, be quiet for 1 second, please.
You don't. I'm gonna be
Just
quiet
for
if
1
you
second.
left
Hold
your
on,
home
Wack.
for dead.
Be quiet
Okay.
for 1 second.
I didn't
Let
want
me
to
say
say it.
something, then I'm gonna let you
Wasn't
go
you and
on.
Bubbly having an
I'm gonna
affair?
let you go on your little
Wasn't
tangent.
you and Bubbly having an affair? You was telling
You
Bubbly
good. I'm
all
gonna
the
say
little
you
stuff
good.
Benny
The
was
numbers
doing
is going
behind
up.
his
It's
back.
working.
Wasn't you and
Y'all better watch who you let in your circle. This man was not loyal to nobody.
Bubbly having an affair?
My
Wasn't you and
dude
Bubbly
Zelly,
having an affair?
told me you would
Keep
do
it
this.
real. Wasn't you and Bubbly, you called me, I didn't call you. Wasn't you
You
and
right.
Bubbly having an affair?
Man, you going, dude.
That's my point. We're gonna leave it at that.
So you saying
bro,
now me and Bubbly was having an
we can
affair?
get back on the lane of respect, or we can stay with disrespect. I'm not
how-
like your coward ass friend.
First of all,
I'm here for all of it.
First of all,
Whatever lane you want to switch in, we can be respectful. We can say a prayer, or we can get the packing, or we can get ignorant. You went to the ignorant lane, so there you go. You did that, not me. And then now you doing what you did for that coward who got his wife on the line. You want to make excuses up for why I'm tripping and why you didn't do nothing for me to be tripping. That's crazy. If I called you the water boy or the cowboys, you wouldn't have nothing to say? Was you the water boy?
but you didn't let me finish, Wack. That's the whole.
It don't matter.
Wack.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it does. It's going
It
where
don't matter. Was you the
if
water
you would have
boy?
let me finish, I guarantee
Hey, bro,
you wouldn't be
respect
this
me,
heated
bro.
right now.
You gonna respect me, bro, because listen.
Dude, hey, Man, we established that before we got on here, man.
Okay,
so stop
then
that.
what?
You know, first of all.
Now, if you want to get back in the lane of respect, we can get back over there, or we can stay over here. It don't matter.
Establish that. No, we don't get back where we need to get back to.
Okay.
So Wack was trying to be cool and conservative, and that's the crazy part. He had already done all of his research on this case, on this trial, on their relationship, had everything from start to finish for 2 years. That's what a good content creator does, right? I know everything. Not me, but I'm just saying. I'm just talking like, right? So a good content creator going to sit in front of you if they're interviewing you. They know a lot. Most of them that do their job, right? And really, really, and it depends on where you want to take it. You get ignorant, depending on their personality, they can get ignorant. Wack wasn't trying to go that way, you can tell, until he went that way. So you can tell this guy is diabolical. He waited to get one off on Wack like he did on Manny. When he went, after Manny fired him, and he went over there to Finney them and pumped them up with everything he thought he knew about Manny. And you see he tried to do Wack like that and downplay Wack and say, yeah, weren't you just a driver for Suge Knight? And then at that point, you could tell Wack was like, you know what? You're no longer my guest. Now you're my opponent. And now I can meet you where you are man to man because you are a lame anyway. Here we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's not.
There we go. Keep on it. Wild bull BS. Don't never approach me like that.
You can do this offline.
To make sure what girl she'd have been hit in the head. He talking about what he'll do to you. Like, come on, bro.
But how do you know these conversations? Period. Everybody told me that. Glad you went out there. Glad you had to get your surgery and all this shit.
Oh, let me.
Because you would have been out there. I would have been out there.
Look at him. He started all of this, got them people off, and then my people are telling me they're glad I'm still alive. I'm so glad you weren't out there. He didn't go out there on purpose. He didn't go out there on purpose. He didn't go out there on purpose after hyping them up. Oh, they say, yeah, the subpoena is definitely getting typed up. Watch this.
You've never seen that.
You ever heard Suge say it?
I'm not asking that. That's not what I'm asking.
Have you ever heard Suge say it? As much as we go back and forth.
Why can't you answer the question?
You don't think, hey, listen,
you're not,
as much as we go back and forth, let me ask you a question. You say you got a brain. As much as me and Suge go back and forth, you don't think he would have revealed that?
I'm not saying you drove from Suge. I'm asking you a question about have you ever heard that?
Okay, somebody told me you part of the community. Is that real?
No, listen, I'm asking you.
Did I say it?
Right.
Wack says somebody told me you're a part of the community. I mean, we hear a lot of stuff about everybody. So if you're going to repeat the rumors you heard about me, let me repeat the ones I heard about you. Are you gay? Because they say you're a part of the community. Does it make it true? Because they say it?
Right. You're
throwing the whole thing. I don't know if you plan this. This is how you do. I've seen you do this before.
No, you started it. That's crazy. You started this.
I didn't start it because you didn't let me finish. I didn't start it because you didn't let me.
Yeah, just like you started that beef between Finney and Manny.
Finish.
You changed the tempo.
My point was to say that probably is not true, but motherfuckers say it. Motherfuckers say whatever they want to say from what they see. Hold on. From what they think they see. That's my point. But you don't want to go there. You want to do this other shit. So that's fine.
Bro, at the end of the
Here's
day,
what I would appreciate you doing. Like I said, I came on here to honestly hope you would push the GoFundMe, support that shit.
I am pushing the GoFundMe. You didn't say it. You never mentioned the GoFundMe.
Absolutely. Now Wack said, don't try to play with me and gaslight me and act like you care about them people and you're concerned about their death. Because you didn't push the GoFundMe when you came on here. You pushed yourself. You pushed your old ass, dry, has-been NFL career. You ain't say nothing about no GoFundMe. Ain't even opened up your mouth about doing something nice for that family. You's a fraud.
Give the real backstory about Finney. Trying to prove a point with you.
Okay, let me ask you something.
I went off. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't know that shit was gonna spark you.
Yeah.
Trust me.
We get off back.
Trust me.
We get back off fast. See that reaction?
No.
If Finney would have had that in him, he might be still here. We fast.
Stop, because that's not the purpose I came here for. I
mean,
did that shit.
you went there.
I didn't go there. Wack, you didn't let me finish. It doesn't make sense for me to ask you, can I do this? We cool, and you say yes, and this is how we gonna do it. Da, da, da.
You broke.
Then
You
for me
went
to
there.
come insult you, I'm just saying you read that wrong, and that's fine.
Oh, I heard it right.
You heard what you heard, and it caused a reaction. I get it. Fine, okay. I apologize. I was trying to make a
Apology
point.
accepted.
People
Now,
say shit.
Apology accepted.
People say shit that ain't true.
I like how Wack is standing on business. Don't play with me. Don't insult me in my face and pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Your insult was your insult. Don't come over here to my, you heard it wrong. You misunderstood what I was saying. I was looking out for you. I was just trying to give you an example of people. Nigga, nah, you was trying to slide one in, but you ain't man enough. Just like you weren't man enough on Fremont Street to go at Manny when he pepper sprayed your homeboy wife. You's a coward.
And that was about to be my point. Anybody can say anything on social media. I'm sure you had shit said about you that ain't true, right?
Every day.
Thank you. That was my fucking point, man.
That wasn't your point.
It was my point.
No, you said
no. That was my
you
point.
was whoop-de-whoop driver, wasn't you?
You didn't let me finish. You right when I said that, you crashed in, but that's fine.
Yeah, but see, some
some of
you civilians. Let me ask you something.
It happened, man.
When you jump in the lion's cage, do you do a bunch of jumping around, or are you real like cautious?
Me, I just talk. It ain't. I don't. Oh, you talking about in the lion's cage?
You cautious, or
I'm
you
cautious
just
as fuck.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you understand my capabilities and what I can do, what I can't do. So if you choose to want to jump around, hey, you know what Chris Paul said.
Here's what I'm gonna say to that. Like I say, I know your rep.
I adjusted what's in front of me, bro.
Let me, like I said, I called you. Wack, you know how many people got called, hit me up for interviews? I called you. I thought you was the biggest. Hold on, let me finish. You was the biggest platform. And what you said, I'm like,
bro,
you looking for clout. That's why you called him. You thought Wack 100 was a dumbass street dude that you was going to come over here and do a word salad with and talk. That is a street dude. They constantly got their head on a swivel. They can tell the real from the fake because them allowing a fake dude to sit at their table like you could mean their life could get taken, like Finney's life was taken. You don't let somebody come to your table and gas you up and set you up and be setting you up the whole time. That's why I say close your ears to compliments. Compliments and hate come from the same reservoir, the heart.
Listen, at the end of the day, you don't want to keep it real.
What am I not keeping it real about?
Because you keep wanting to say it was Manny's fault. To every action comes a reaction.
What we want to say, I should say it was my fault? Is that what we're trying to get to?
I say you started.
I had a part in it. I'm not running from shit. I didn't like Manny. I'm not running from none of that shit. I told y'all, if I was...
You didn't like him, but you took his money to work from him. You rode in the car with him. Y'all, this is some serious ass shit about content creators that don't like you and will sit in front of you to get a job done, to carry out an agenda. And I'm not talking about death, whether they need money, whether they need a come up, whatever it is. You faked the funk, but Manny read between the lines and got you the hell up out of his camp. They took you in. They weren't when it comes to that. Now, Manny is a bona fide killer, dark demon, period. Premeditated, plotted it out. That's why I say don't. Manny's the type. He got you up out of there before he had to hurt you. He got you up out of there. You took advantage of people that had a heart for you, trusted you. Wack see right through you. Manny see right through you. Street dudes. Finney and Bubbly trusted you.
I was out there, he would have probably went at me first. Period. Everybody told me that. Glad you wasn't out there. Glad you had to get your surgery and all this shit. Because you would have been out there. I would have been out there.
So
he would have came at me first, probably.
So you saying this whole thing was just on Manny, and Manny was the ignorant one, and that's it. Finney,
I don't really...
Finney,
you know why I came on here. I came on here to talk about Finney and how
they both played a part.
You had it wrong. No. I'm not saying Finney didn't play a part, man. I ain't gonna argue with
Manny
that. Finney's gone, man. Here's the thing.
Manny definitely overreacted. He shouldn't have been in this podcast game if he didn't know how to take it with a stride and keep moving. And Finney kept.
I don't know if y'all caught the part earlier in the live. Wack 100 said, if you are a YouTube, a podcaster, content creator, and you can't take it, insults about you, your mama, your daddy, your kids, your dog, get the fuck off. Because it's going to happen. Get off. Manny couldn't take it. And neither could D. Ware. So D. Ware went and utilized that couple to do his dirty work. Manny couldn't take it, and neither could D. Ware.
Poking the bear. He thought it was a game. He was more silly than serious. He didn't know how to he was at a chessboard making checker moves. This is a fact. Nobody was right and everybody was wrong in their own way. That's the way I see it. Now, if you saying Manny was all the way wrong and Finney was right, then you being biased.
Did I ever say Finney was 100% right?
You can't, because you helped him get to where he was at.
Boom! Because in order for you to implicate Finney, you would implicate yourself. And you would be sitting in that courtroom beside Manny as a co-conspirator. So you can't speak on Finney, because then you would be implicating yourself. And that's it. That's all. I want to end it there. What are your thoughts, y'all, in the chat? That's it. That's all. That's why you hesitate and you run and you duck and dodge and you put your tail between your legs. Because in order for you to say Finney was wrong, you would have to raise your right hand in court. And you just may be on trial. Watch how far you go in this YouTube game. If somebody loses their life, because you can be tried for murder. You can be tried for conspiracy to a crime. We don't know what you was doing. We don't know what your text messages said, but you can't even get up here and tell the truth because you played such an intricate part. The content creators egged it on for these people to lose their lives, took advantage of them, took advantage of their platform, utilized their passion to fight their own personal battles, lied, amped it up a little bit. Nah, baby, use your platform. Today, I'm going to cover this on mine. And I might even go at one every now and then. I'm just talking, right? Hypothetically. But I'm not going to go at one for you. Let me see what you made of first. Let me see you get down on it first. Let me see you put your channel at risk first. Over and over. And not just one time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like me. So therefore, if we go down, we all go down. Not just me. But until you're willing to match me stride for stride, I can't help you. We're not the same. We don't go to war differently. You operate covertly. I'm just talking, right? Like him. I'm just talking like as if I was talking to him. You operate covertly because you scary. You know how many people I done saved that are friends on YouTube from being attacked? I swear to God. But that ain't my business to tell. Because trust me, if they striking with you, they done tried to strike you. Have called me in the past. I said, don't do that. Your heart is wrong. Your heart wrong. That's going to come back on you. And it may not come back in the form that you give it. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't tell that story, do you? You tell everything but that. Have you told him you tried to strike him and I stopped you? You call me? That's all I'm saying. And I ain't even like you and you ain't even like me. But you know I'm wise enough to stand on business. And ain't no much, I don't have enough dislike in my heart to help you take down a person that ain't did nothing to you. You may not like what they talking about, but don't go after their money like that. So what if you don't like her stuff? Don't listen. It's different if they come for you. So what? You think she talking about you? Did she strike you? No. Then what you trying to go for the jugular for? With your non-fight ass. You can't fight. That means you don't know how to fight. Sit down. Sit down. You wrong. You feel embarrassed. You got your feelings hurt. Now you want to take it? You want to take everything? You want to go strike? And you know what that person said? Came back and said, you right. My channel got demonetized because that's my karma for some fuck shit I did and got away with. But they don't say that. And I'm not the type to drop those kind of receipts. I'm going to be quiet and watch it play out. Sit back and watch it play out. Because I'm sowing seeds for my coverage, for God to cover me. I'm sowing seeds for my angels to go ahead of me and create a wedge of protection around me. Now, if you come for somebody, that's different. My advice might be different. Did they come for you? How many times they came for you? But if they ain't bothering you, they just talk, that's their page, man. You need to keep scrolling. You'll be shocked at people that call me. I'm a vote. And I sit back and they don't even like me, but be calling me. I've sat in front of people that have talked about me like a dog and did business with them. Because you know why? I understand the assignment, baby. I ain't got to like you to do this with you. I know everything you've said about me. And I ain't going to say a word. And that's not two-faced. It's just business. You know how many people you got to do business with? If you count the amount of people that don't like you and you don't like, you're going to block your money. Well, I ain't going to do because if you don't go sit your ass down in that chair and make it do what it do. I heard somebody say about Heart and Hustle. Oh, they must not be friends. Excuse me? You don't have to be friends with everybody you do a show with or interview with or a project with or a meeting with. No, you don't have to be friends. We can just be in the same room and don't even hate each other. May not care for each other's ways. It ain't even got to be one way or the other. And that's the scary part on YouTube. They think it has to be one way or the other. Baby, you can ride that wave in the middle, make your money. Hey, you thinking about doing this? I would love to have you. You cool? I'm cool. Let's go get it. We ain't got to go to dinner. We ain't got to hate each other. But they think it's either we hate or we got to be buddy-buddy. Either we come together or it's war. It ain't got to be none of that. And that gets a lot of people in trouble. And I sit back and watch it. You ain't got to turn nobody against nobody. You ain't got to say a word. Elevate. Strive. Set an example for yourself. You are your own competition. You can't knock another content creator off their square. Their square is theirs. That's why everybody get a square. Because, baby, trying to knock me off mine, you're going to lose your balance. Me trying to knock you off yours, I'm going to lose my balance. I've seen a lot of people that was good. They're done. Content just gone. Pages just dry like a desert because you got caught up. You was good. How the hell you get caught up in that? And now you mad at the world and it's gang. Because you don't have time to do nothing else. But if you was busy and you came back and put that creative energy, all that dog fight, the dog in you. See, dogs wag their tails when they're fighting or when they're playing. Go ahead and create. Use that energy to create. It comes from the same place when a dog is fighting, whether he just wagging his tail, baby. They watch a dog fight. Turn on one real quick before what is he doing? Tell me what that tail is doing, wagging. So that tells you the energy comes from the same place. So while you on here wasting your fucking time behind another human being, turn that damn thing off. You know how many content creators I've said before that have called me, didn't even know me. Didn't even know me. Try to get me to get in some mess. Read some documents. Girl, you ain't even sent me a Thanksgiving card. A hello, how you doing? Try to get me to go against other people. Can you use your plan? Because I know if you... No. Because that same energy, you wagging your tail today in a playful manner, but I know if shit hit the fan, that same energy. You're going to wag it. It's the same energy. Nah. If that's how you moving, I'm watching you recruit. I'm watching you send receipt upon receipt. I got them. It don't matter if you block me and thought you deleted it. I still got them, but I ain't on that type of time. To be honest with you, you ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got unless you bother me. I've look, come at me. A whole folder. And I don't say shit. Because it ain't my business. Once I said, nah, I ain't about that. I ain't about that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. That's it. We not the same. We're not the same. I don't watch you. I see how you move. You ain't got no loyalty to nobody but yourself. You're not disciplined. You're not dedicated. You're not even loyal to yourself. You're not even loyal to yourself. And what I mean by that, you don't even put in that much energy on your own platform. Come on now. I can't do nothing for you. We don't even look at work the same. And that's what he did. That's what he did to them people. Couldn't even do it for himself. Didn't even have his own motion. Wired them people up. Took complete advantage of their work ethic. Now, they grown. They decided to get in that. But even when he pulled out and retreated to safety, he didn't even think enough of them to take them with him. Y'all better be careful who you get in bed with. They would have never known that they was actually sleeping with the enemy. He was the enemy. Manny pulled the trigger, but he was the enemy. Manny's going to lose his life. He facing a death penalty. So he gone. It's a wrap. But it's the ones that get the roam free about the cabin that remains a danger to society and to the community. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is a very sad situation. And thank you, Deidre. Rest in peace to Finney and his wife. May God bless his children. And may this be a lesson. Unfortunate to many of you to really pause. All right, this ain't no come to Jesus talk, but just pause, evaluate. Go to sleep tonight and say, you know what? Even if I don't like her, let me just put this. Queen Sheba may be making a point. Have these hoes tried to stop me? And say, you know what? Let's just take a break this week. Don't even come back to that. Anybody else using their platform over and over and over and over and over? Anybody else at risk, or am I the fall guy? Oh, damn. Anybody that I'm grouped up with, have they sent me a Christmas card? Do they call in and check on my kids on their birthday? Oh, these just some YouTube shit. Okay. Have they been to my home? Have I been to theirs? God forbid if I'm in my midnight hour, will they be the first ones that I would call? Nah. If no, baby, let it go. That's it. That's all. Get back to the content, y'all. It ain't worth it. You never know who you fucking with. Nobody deserves to take your life, but some people are willing to take it there. And Wack makes a good point. He said, some of you are goobers. It's funny to you, but it may not be funny to that person on the screen who you've been taunting for a year or two. You having fun with it. You making money off of it. The super chats are hitting. The cash apps are flowing. And the whole time they plotting to take your life. Because you took their livelihood. It ain't funny no more. No one is not funny anymore. That's all I'm saying. Man, when I went, at first I wasn't gonna cover it, but I always look at what can I cover? What can make the most sense? The content creators that helped. Ain't nobody talking enough about that. If you start putting it in that type of delivery, I bet it'll get some people rethinking. It'll get some people rethinking. Not just the lives that were lost, but the people that walked them to their own demise. Knowingly. He knew it. And he made it right with Manny. And when Wack said, what was you? Because you always with him. Any other time, what was you that night? Oh, I was asleep. Then he said, oh, I wouldn't sleep. He lied. You lied. You knew what time it was. You knew what time it was because you watched Manny drive around and look for them. And you knew. And instead of you saying, friend, don't go live tonight. He looking for y'all. This is serious, friend. You didn't say shit. And you were such a coward. You said, I ain't even watched a live. Why not? You watch every other live because you knew that man was looking. You knew what that man was capable of. And you didn't do anything to run interference on or off the camera. Even if you didn't go and you couldn't jump in front of them and help them, save them from a bullet, you could have said, don't do it tonight. Something feels different. They trust you on everything else. They would have trusted you if you would have made that call. They would have trusted you for real. Mm-hmm. Or I tell you what, let's do a pre-record because you can record it live and don't really have a live and then upload it. That's it. He didn't do none of that. He wanted it. And then didn't even have the decency to look at the mess he created. Nick, your girl says, thank you for covering. This was very insightful and thought-provoking. Oh, listen, he wanted the husband out the way, in my opinion. Because he did say, I didn't think he was going to hurt her. So you had an inkling. You took him serious. Oh, I didn't think he was going to hurt her. It don't matter. Even if he was going to hurt him, it was too much. That's against the law, bro. Period. Period. And they supposed to be your friends. Child, please. Child. It was about her. Andrew said it was about her. You had an eye for that man's wife. What you was about to get off that live when Wack went that way. When Wack went that way, you was about to get off that live. And I ain't gonna be too hard on him. But may you lose sleep for the next couple of months. May you lose sleep as they rest in peace. Yeah, he never answered that question. It got out of hand, but he helped it to get out of hand, Ashley, pretending to be a friend, pretending to be a YouTuber that was there to back them up. You didn't care about them because if you really care, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, even if it means losing them as a friend, I don't give a damn. You said your friend said that, let's call her because I don't believe you. Shit, we finna confront. I'm gonna help you be righteous in this friendship. Say what you want to say about me, but you ain't gonna call me weak. You ain't gonna call me fake. And he didn't do none of that for them. He didn't do none of that for them. He could have called Manny. Hey, bro, listen. He didn't do none of that. So just be careful. This is so unfortunate. But what really made it bad, it wasn't just the death and the double homicide. It's when you get into the details and you go deep and deep and deep and deep. And you be like, oh my God. Wow. We really are amongst wolves for the most part. There's a select few. There's a select few. But overall, most people are good people. They want to see you do well. Sometimes people get lost in the sauce. But if they get lost in the sauce and come and tap you on your shoulder and be like, all right, you know what? Can we pivot? Or if you choose not to pivot, don't be shocked if you don't see me come up on a panel. Don't be shocked if you don't see me in the chat. I'm just trying to go a different way because that's a stressful place to be honest with you. Every day, 2 years, you got to check after you fire off. Then you got to go listen to them, take notes so you can come back and rebuttal, counter the argument. That's too much, child. Now your whole spirit is vexed. You can't even do content creation, to be honest with you, because you can't operate from a spirit. You cannot operate in creativity and innovation when your spirit is vexed and you're stressed like that. It's not going to happen. Wack didn't insert himself. That guy called him. That guy called him for clout, and Wack wasn't trying to hear him. Wack had already made up his mind. You a fraud. You got them people killed, allegedly. So now you calling me. He's a fraud. If you listen to everything I said, he jumps from content creator to get views. So he's trying to rebuild his reputation off the back of Wack in these people's death. He's supposed to be aggressive, Ashley, in your memory. He's supposed to be aggressive when he knows who's responsible. So he thought he was finna play Wack. Wack saw him. Wack had already known. He ran down. He had already knew. Listen, That's a street. Listen, 2 people are dead. 2 parents are dead. You don't roll out the red carpet for somebody that set somebody up. I'm sorry. And I know you disagree, but that's just how it goes in the street. You see what I'm saying? And that's why Wack said, you keep telling me to come see you, but you already know what I'm capable of. So if that's where you want to go, I can meet you where you are. And not like physically, but whatever you want, I'm on. Yeah. So that's why Wack was so hard with him, because you trying to brush their death under the rug when you betrayed them and you betrayed Manny. Period. And the Queen Tulsa said Wack had given him a Wack greetings. He did, but he's supposed to. He's supposed to. When somebody fraud like that, and then they think they're going to come to your platform to clean up their image, and they have not, didn't even do shit for the family. You egged on. You egged it on. Didn't even do shit for the family and the kids. And you think you finna get some clout and rebuild your page and your reputation off me? Nah, I'm gonna get ignorant when you get ignorant. Rack don't have no respect for that. You watch that lady get maced. You rode with them people. You helped them people take over. You helped them to come in an aggressive way, and now you want flowers because 3 months before they were murdered, you said, "Oh, I don't want to participate no more." Nah, that's street. He tried to promote their GoFundMe at the end. Like Wack said, you've been talking 2 hours. You ain't said nothing about a GoFundMe. Hell, the first 20 minutes you was talking about your football career. You don't remember when he stopped him and say, all right, enough. We can't just talk Dallas Cowboys and football. We got to get into while we're here. He could have ran down the GoFundMe for 20 minutes. That's not what he chose to do. He chose to self-promote. Y'all got to let men handle men. No, he's supposed to be attacked. He's supposed to be attacked because he was 1,000% responsible. And he said that, Ashley, if you listen, but go back when you have time. He said, yeah, I taught them what to do to him. But behind the scenes, you made it right with him. And you didn't tell them that you made it right with him. You didn't tell them, hey, I'm good with Manny. And he called Wack. So I don't get, like, when men start holding each other accountable, you can't come in like a mommy and say, you're being rude to him. They were grown. Now that I have to agree. They were. And Wack, I agree, Ashley. I agree. That's fair. But you don't run out. That's a baby. Let me tell you something. When you meet a demon, you don't pull out your finest china. You sharpen your knives. You sharpen your knives. You don't treat everybody the same. When you know you're looking at a snake or a demon in the face, you get ready. Ashley said, that's a word. Yeah, you don't bring out your best china for your enemy and a demon and a snake that can bite you or turn on you in a minute. Keep your knives sharpened just in case. Oh, listen. At first, I was taken aback, but then when I started listening and I think about how men work and operate in my family, I was like, you know what? That's that man stuff. I got to stay out of it. I remember like last week, I told my husband, he made my son a salad. I said, you're not going to cut up his mushrooms? And he looked at me. He said, he got teeth. He said, you want to handle him like a baby. I'm a grown man. What I look like cutting up his mushrooms? That's a 16-year-old young man. Daddy ain't finna cut up his mushrooms. And that's when I thought, oh shit, men and women, we so different. I said, damn. I can't train a man to be a woman with their kids with another man. And that's why I be like, oh, I didn't even think about it. I want him to do what I was going to do. I said, well, you should at least cut up his mushrooms. He's like, no. And you shouldn't be cutting up his mushrooms. He knows how to cut up his own mushrooms. I did, Ashley. Because my husband put 2 big ass mushrooms on his salad. And I was like, you got to cut them up. You got to slice his mushrooms up. He said, he got teeth. Oh my God. Y'all, it's been nice. I'm glad we were able to run this down and just talk about it and get a full scope of it. It's so deep. It's 2 years of history. I mean, it's gonna be hard to do that in one live, but tomorrow is his court date. Tomorrow Manny goes to court. We gonna see what the judge say and what's gonna happen and how he pleads. But he already told y'all, I'm innocent. So this is going to go to trial. Period. This is going to trial. So stay tuned. All right, everybody. Good night.